If you like the space and learn about its curiosities, consider subscribing to the channel. Thank you for your attention and enjoy the video. Journey to the Moon, the story and achievements. The journey to the moon is one of humanity's most extraordinary feats, merging courage, technology, and sheer determination to reach beyond our planet. The moon, always visible in the night sky, has fascinated human beings for thousands of years. But it wasn't until the 20th century that humanity could realistically dream of setting foot on this celestial body. This journey began with audacious visions, rigorous scientific advancements, and a commitment that propelled humanity into a new age of exploration. Here, we'll unravel the rich history and astounding achievements that defined our voyage to the moon. The dawn of the space race between the United States and the Soviet Union was a defining moment in the story of lunar exploration. With the Cold War tensions fueling competition, the Soviet Union launched the first artificial satellite, Sputnik, in 1957, igniting the space race. This launch stunned the world and posed a challenge to the United States, which quickly escalated its space program. In response, the U.S. government established NASA in 1958, setting the stage for an era of rapid advancements and relentless ambition to claim victory in the quest for space supremacy. While early attempts by both nations focused on placing unmanned satellites and probes in orbit around Earth, the ultimate goal was to reach the moon. In 1959, the Soviet Union's Luna 2 became the first spacecraft to impact the moon, followed by Luna 3, which sent back the first images of the far side of the lunar surface. These successes underscored the Soviet Union's early dominance in space exploration, but the United States remained undeterred. Under President John F. Kennedy's famous 1961 speech, the U.S. committed to landing a man on the moon and returning him safely to Earth before the decade's end, marking the start of the Apollo program. The Apollo program was an immense undertaking, combining the brightest minds and cutting-edge technology to overcome countless challenges. The program built on the lessons learned from earlier projects like Mercury and Gemini, which tested human endurance in space and perfected techniques such as orbital rendezvous. The Apollo spacecraft consisted of three main components: the command module, the service module, and the lunar module, each designed meticulously to perform distinct roles. Engineers and astronauts faced myriad challenges, from life support systems to the precision needed for lunar landings. Despite numerous setbacks, including the tragic Apollo 1 fire in 1967 that claimed the lives of 3 astronauts, NASA remained steadfast in its mission. The culmination of these efforts arrived with Apollo 11 in July 1969. As the world watched in suspense, astronauts Neil Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin, and Michael Collins set off on their historic voyage. When Armstrong and Aldrin descended in the lunar module, Eagle, Armstrong's words, "That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind," resonated around the globe, marking humanity's first steps on the moon. The mission was not only a scientific breakthrough, but also a moment of collective pride, unity, and wonder. Apollo 11's success paved the way for subsequent lunar missions, each adding to our understanding of the moon. In total, 6 Apollo missions landed on the lunar surface, collecting rock samples, conducting experiments, and deploying scientific equipment that would send data back to Earth for years. These missions revealed valuable insights into the moon's composition, origin, and geological history, helping scientists develop theories about the formation of the Earth-Moon system. The Apollo program concluded with Apollo 17 in 1972, marking the last human presence on the moon for decades. However, the journey to the moon didn't end with Apollo. In recent years, a new wave of lunar exploration has begun. Countries such as China and India have launched successful lunar missions, while private companies and space agencies worldwide are aiming to return humans to the moon. NASA's Artemis program, named after Apollo's twin sister in Greek mythology, is designed to establish a sustainable human presence on the moon, focusing on exploration, resource utilization, and advancing technology for future missions to Mars and beyond. The journey to the moon stands as a testament to human curiosity, resilience, and the drive to explore. It represents not just a physical journey, but a leap in human knowledge and capability, a promise to continue pushing the boundaries of the possible. From the early dreams of ancient astronomers to the footprints left by astronauts, the story of lunar exploration is an ongoing saga, inviting humanity to reach for the stars once again. Journey to the Moon, the story and achievements. The journey to the moon is one of humanity's most extraordinary feats, merging courage, technology, and sheer determination to reach beyond our planet. The moon, always visible in the night sky, has fascinated human beings for thousands of years. But it wasn't until the 20th century that humanity could realistically dream of setting foot on this celestial body. This journey began with audacious visions, rigorous scientific advancements, and a commitment that propelled humanity into a new age of exploration. Here, we'll unravel the rich history and astounding achievements that defined our voyage to the moon. The dawn of the space race between the United States and the Soviet Union was a defining moment in the story of lunar exploration. With the Cold War tensions fueling competition, the Soviet Union launched the first artificial satellite, Sputnik, in 1957, igniting the space race. This launch stunned the world and posed a challenge to the United States, which quickly escalated its space program. In response, the U.S. government established NASA in 1958, setting the stage for an era of rapid advancements and relentless ambition to claim victory in the quest for space supremacy. While early attempts by both nations focused on placing unmanned satellites and probes in orbit around Earth, the ultimate goal was to reach the moon. In 1959, the Soviet Union's Luna 2 became the first spacecraft to impact the moon, followed by Luna 3, which sent back the first images of the far side of the lunar surface. These successes underscored the Soviet Union's early dominance in space exploration, but the United States remained undeterred. Under President John F. Kennedy's famous 1961 speech, the U.S. committed to landing a man on the moon and returning him safely to Earth before the decade's end, marking the start of the Apollo program. The Apollo program was an immense undertaking, combining the brightest minds and cutting-edge technology to overcome countless challenges. The program built on the lessons learned from earlier projects like Mercury and Gemini, which tested human endurance in space and perfected techniques such as orbital rendezvous. The Apollo spacecraft consisted of three main components: the command module, the service module, and the lunar module, each designed meticulously to perform distinct roles. Engineers and astronauts faced myriad challenges, from life support systems to the precision needed for lunar landings. Despite numerous setbacks, including the tragic Apollo 1 fire in 1967 that claimed the lives of 3 astronauts, NASA remained steadfast in its mission. The culmination of these efforts arrived with Apollo 11 in July 1969. As the world watched in suspense, astronauts Neil Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin, and Michael Collins set off on their historic voyage. When Armstrong and Aldrin descended in the lunar module, Eagle, Armstrong's words, "That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind," resonated around the globe, marking humanity's first steps on the moon. The mission was not only a scientific breakthrough, but also a moment of collective pride, unity, and wonder. Apollo 11's success paved the way for subsequent lunar missions, each adding to our understanding of the moon. In total, 6 Apollo missions landed on the lunar surface, collecting rock samples, conducting experiments, and deploying scientific equipment that would send data back to Earth for years. These missions revealed valuable insights into the moon's composition, origin, and geological history, helping scientists develop theories about the formation of the Earth-Moon system. The Apollo program concluded with Apollo 17 in 1972, marking the last human presence on the moon for decades. However, the journey to the moon didn't end with Apollo. In recent years, a new wave of lunar exploration has begun. Countries such as China and India have launched successful lunar missions, while private companies and space agencies worldwide are aiming to return humans to the moon. NASA's Artemis program, named after Apollo's twin sister in Greek mythology, is designed to establish a sustainable human presence on the moon, focusing on exploration, resource utilization, and advancing technology for future missions to Mars and beyond. The journey to the moon stands as a testament to human curiosity, resilience, and the drive to explore. It represents not just a physical journey, but a leap in human knowledge and capability, a promise to continue pushing the boundaries of the possible. From the early dreams of ancient astronomers to the footprints left by astronauts, the story of lunar exploration is an ongoing saga, inviting humanity to reach for the stars once again. As we stand on the brink of a new lunar era, one key factor continues to drive exploration forward: the moon's potential as a hub for scientific research, technology testing, and resource development. Unlike in the Apollo era, today's lunar exploration is as much about sustainability and long-term presence as it is about the act of reaching the moon itself. The goal is no longer just to visit, but to stay, creating an environment where humanity can establish bases, conduct ongoing research, and use lunar resources to support deeper space missions. This shift represents a profound change in how we view our celestial neighbor, not just as a destination, but as a platform for humanity's long-term ambitions in space. The moon's resources are central to this vision. The discovery of water ice in lunar craters, especially near the South Pole, has unlocked a new range of possibilities for human presence on the moon. Water can be broken down into hydrogen and oxygen, offering life support essentials and potentially providing fuel for rockets. The availability of in situ resources, using materials found on the moon, reduces the need to transport massive amounts of supplies from Earth, making lunar missions more feasible and cost-effective. Mining lunar regolith, the layer of loose soil and rocks covering the moon's surface, could provide building materials for habitats, shielding structures from radiation and meteor impacts. This approach, known as in situ resource utilization, ISRU, is becoming a fundamental pillar of sustainable lunar exploration. Lunar habitats will be another crucial step in achieving a permanent presence on the moon. Scientists and engineers are experimenting with designs that leverage the moon's materials and environment to create resilient, self-sustaining living spaces. Some proposals include 3D printing structures directly on the lunar surface using regolith as a primary material, while others suggest inflatable habitats covered with regolith for protection against extreme temperatures and radiation. These habitats are being designed to maintain stable temperatures, provide breathable air, recycle water, and produce power, essentially creating mini ecosystems capable of supporting human life in one of the most hostile environments imaginable. Another fascinating aspect of establishing a lunar base is its potential for scientific research. The moon provides a unique vantage point for studying the cosmos. Free from Earth's atmospheric distortions, lunar-based telescopes could capture images of distant galaxies, stars, and other celestial bodies with unprecedented clarity. Additionally, the far side of the moon, shielded from Earth's radio interference, could serve as a prime location for radio telescopes, allowing scientists to explore the early universe in radio wavelengths with far less background noise. Such a setup would open new windows into the cosmos, helping researchers learn more about the formation of the universe and the structure of distant galaxies. The moon could also serve as an experimental testing ground for technologies needed for future Mars missions. Since the moon is relatively close to Earth, it allows engineers to test life support systems, habitats, and equipment under real extraterrestrial conditions while still being within rescue range in case of emergencies. This process, often called learning by doing, provides invaluable insights that simulations on Earth simply cannot match. Technologies for waste recycling, habitat sustainability, and efficient energy generation are crucial for any long-term space mission, and perfecting these systems on the moon could make them reliable for Mars and beyond. International collaboration is another cornerstone of modern lunar exploration. Unlike during the Cold War, where space exploration was often a competition between superpowers, the moon today is becoming a shared objective for countries around the world. NASA's Artemis Accords, an international agreement signed by multiple countries, sets guidelines for responsible lunar exploration and cooperative efforts. These accords encourage transparency, interoperability of technologies, and peaceful use of the moon's resources. With countries such as Canada, Japan, and the European Space Agency joining the Artemis program, The vision of a globally cooperative lunar base is closer than ever. China and Russia, meanwhile, have announced plans to establish a joint lunar research station, aiming to further global partnerships and avoid territorial disputes over lunar resources. This collaboration signals a new chapter in space diplomacy, where shared interests in exploration and discovery bring nations together. Private industry is equally pivotal in making a sustainable lunar presence achievable. Companies like SpaceX, Blue Origin, and others are developing lunar landers, habitats, and support systems that could serve both government missions and private ventures. By lowering costs and improving the frequency of space missions, private companies are helping to build an infrastructure that could support a lunar economy. A lunar base, whether for research, mining, or even tourism, could become a reality through public-private partnerships. The involvement of private industry also accelerates innovation, introducing new ideas and approaches that government agencies may not be able to explore as quickly. The potential for a lunar economy brings another layer of possibility to the moon's future. Mining helium-3, a rare isotope on Earth but abundant on the moon, is one such venture. Helium-3 has been proposed as a clean energy source for future fusion reactors, which, if developed, could provide an almost limitless and environmentally friendly energy supply. While the technology for helium-3 fusion is still in early stages, the moon's deposits of this isotope continue to attract interest. Other potential economic activities include the extraction of rare metals like titanium, essential for advanced manufacturing and electronics. The moon could also serve as a launch pad for missions deeper into space, where reduced gravity would make it easier and cheaper to launch spacecraft than from Earth. Yet, with all these prospects, ethical and legal questions arise. Who owns the moon, and how should its resources be divided among nations and private entities? The 1967 Outer Space Treaty, signed by over 100 countries, states that no nation can claim sovereignty over the moon. It also promotes the moon as a place for peaceful exploration for the benefit of all humankind. However, with growing interest in lunar resources, debates continue over whether new international frameworks are needed to ensure fair and responsible use of the moon's assets. The Artemis Accords attempt to address some of these issues, but as lunar exploration progresses, more comprehensive agreements may be necessary to avoid conflict and ensure that all nations can benefit from lunar resources. As we progress toward a future where humans might live and work on the moon, it is clear that the moon is far more than just a lifeless rock in the night sky. It represents opportunity, challenge, and a gateway to the rest of the solar system. The journey to establish a sustainable lunar presence will test human resilience, creativity, and cooperation, drawing on the best of science and technology. The moon's mysteries, resources, and strategic position make it a linchpin in our quest to explore beyond Earth, bridging our home planet with the larger cosmos. In many ways, the moon is poised to become humanity's first true outpost in space, a launching point for dreams that stretch across the stars. And as humanity takes this next leap, the moon will undoubtedly continue to inspire, challenge, and reveal the unknown. Our future on the moon is more than an exploration mission. It is a story of evolution, resilience, and the expansion of human potential across the universe. Every step we take on its surface brings us closer to understanding not only the universe, but our place within it, as we dare to turn the moon from a distant beacon into a home away from home. As humanity envisions a future on the moon, every aspect of lunar exploration invites us to think beyond the limits of our earthbound experiences. Life on the moon will demand innovative approaches to meet our most basic needs: air, water, food, shelter, and energy. Each of these elements presents a formidable challenge, but overcoming them may also lead to revolutionary technologies and systems that could transform life on Earth. This push to adapt and thrive in an environment as starkly different from Earth as the moon is bound to bring unexpected insights and advances in science, engineering, and sustainability. The scarcity of resources on the moon demands closed-loop systems, self-contained processes that recycle materials with minimal waste. These systems are essential in an environment where resupplying from Earth is costly and impractical. Closed-loop life support, for example, is being developed to recycle air and water within habitats. Oxygen can be extracted from lunar regolith through chemical processes, while carbon dioxide exhaled by astronauts can be converted back into oxygen and water. These technologies are currently being tested in space stations, but will need to be refined and adapted to the unique conditions on the lunar surface. These developments in recycling and life support technology could have applications back on Earth, especially in water-scarce regions and remote areas where sustainable solutions are needed. Growing food on the moon is another challenge that requires inventive solutions. Traditional agriculture, as we know it on Earth, is impossible on the moon due to the lack of soil, atmosphere, and natural water cycles. Instead, scientists are exploring methods like hydroponics, aquaponics, and aeroponics, systems that allow plants to grow without soil, often using nutrient-enriched water or mist. Additionally, researchers are studying the use of LED lighting to simulate sunlight, providing the right wavelengths to support photosynthesis. By cultivating plants in controlled environments, lunar colonies could produce food independently, reducing reliance on Earth. These advanced agricultural techniques not only promise food security on the moon, but also have the potential to address global food challenges and improve sustainability on Earth. Energy production and storage are critical considerations for lunar colonies, especially given the 2-week lunar night, during which temperatures plummet and solar power becomes unavailable. NASA and other space agencies are exploring a range of solutions to ensure a steady energy supply on the moon. One promising technology is the use of small, portable nuclear reactors, which can provide a continuous power source regardless of sunlight. Solar power, however, remains a key component of lunar energy systems. Polar regions with nearly constant sunlight could host solar farms, while innovative battery technologies or fuel cells could store energy for use during the lunar night. These advancements in energy storage and generation are not just crucial for lunar bases, but also represent a broader movement towards sustainable energy solutions that could help reduce dependence on fossil fuels here on Earth. One of the most significant challenges for a long-term human presence on the moon is the issue of radiation. Without an atmosphere or magnetic field to protect it, the lunar surface is bombarded by solar radiation and cosmic rays. This radiation poses serious health risks to astronauts, including increased cancer risk and damage to tissues and organs. Scientists are researching multiple strategies to protect future lunar residents. One solution is building habitats underground or partially burying them in lunar regolith, which can act as a natural barrier against radiation. Other ideas include constructing radiation shields using materials brought from Earth or mined on the moon, and developing specialized clothing and equipment to minimize exposure during lunar excursions. Radiation mitigation technology could also benefit fields like nuclear energy and medical treatments on Earth, offering safer and more resilient options for dealing with harmful exposure. Psychological well-being is also crucial for long-duration missions on the moon. Life in isolated, confined environments with limited social interaction and sensory stimuli can be mentally taxing. To address these challenges, space agencies are studying the psychological effects of isolation on astronauts, using experiences from the International Space Station, Antarctic research stations, and other isolated environments on Earth. Designing habitats that are comfortable, with areas for relaxation, exercise, and socialization, is essential. Virtual reality, VR, and augmented reality, AR, are also being explored as tools to provide mental relief, allowing astronauts to experience simulations of natural environments, which can help reduce stress and alleviate the sense of isolation. These technologies and design considerations could be applied to various situations on Earth, improving conditions in extreme environments, from submarines to deep-sea stations, and even urban settings where people experience high levels of stress. The moon may one day also become a stepping stone for cultural and artistic expression. Just as artists and writers have been inspired by space exploration on Earth, lunar inhabitants could create art, literature, and music that reflect their unique experiences on the moon. This creative output could be shared with people on Earth, bridging the psychological and cultural divide between the two worlds. From an artistic perspective, the stark, otherworldly landscapes of the moon offer an unprecedented canvas for expression. Imagine paintings created with lunar dust, poetry inspired by the quiet vastness, or music composed with instruments adapted to the moon's lower gravity. These creative pursuits could provide emotional fulfillment and help foster a sense of connection to Earth, cultivating a shared cultural identity across worlds. The moon is also poised to play a central role in humanity's broader ambitions for space exploration. Establishing a sustainable presence on the moon is a critical precursor to sending humans to Mars and beyond. Lunar missions provide an opportunity to test the technologies and protocols necessary for deep space exploration. Unlike the moon, which is a few days' journey from Earth, Mars is months away, and missions there would be far more complex and demanding. By refining life support systems, resource utilization, and habitat construction on the moon, space agencies can prepare for the more formidable task of creating human habitats on Mars. The moon's proximity to Earth allows for real-time testing of the challenges of space survival, making it an ideal training ground for interplanetary missions. As the reality of lunar colonies inches closer, humanity faces a unique opportunity to expand its footprint responsibly. The moon offers a fresh beginning, a chance to explore and utilize another world with respect and foresight. Learning from the environmental challenges we face on Earth, lunar exploration encourages us to think about sustainability in ways that could prevent the same mistakes in space. Concepts such as circular economies, zero-waste habitats, and renewable energy are not just practical necessities on the moon, but could set a standard for future planetary exploration. The promise of a human presence on the moon also brings with it a broader philosophical question. What does it mean for humanity to exist beyond Earth? Living on the moon would fundamentally alter our perspective on existence, community, and the meaning of home. The moon may become humanity's first true experiment in multiplanetary life, pushing us to redefine our relationship with our planet and each other. It reminds us of our shared roots as Earthlings, even as we reach for the stars. This expansion into space could inspire a new sense of global unity, emphasizing that all humans share the same small, fragile planet within the vastness of the cosmos. As we look to the moon, we stand on the brink of a new chapter in human history, one that holds the promise of discovery, resilience, and an expansion of our collective imagination. The moon, once the stuff of myths and legends, now stands as a tangible goal, a place where dreams of exploration and survival are poised to become reality. Every step on its surface, every habitat constructed, and every technology developed brings us closer to a future where humanity is not confined to Earth, but is a cosmic species, living and learning among the stars. As we continue envisioning a future where humanity thrives on the moon, the vision expands beyond mere survival to building a thriving lunar society. This concept, once relegated to science fiction, now aligns with feasible technological advancements and the collaborative spirit uniting nations and private enterprises alike. A permanent human presence on the moon would involve more than just technology and logistics. It requires creating an environment where people can live fulfilling lives, work productively, and even raise families, a self-sustaining lunar society with its own economy, culture, and sense of identity. One foundational aspect of a lunar society is the establishment of a lunar economy. The moon's unique resources and its strategic position in space make it a valuable asset for various industries. The most immediate economic opportunity lies in mining lunar resources like rare metals and water ice, as well as potential reserves of helium-3, an isotope with potential applications in nuclear fusion. While helium-3 fusion technology is still under development, its potential as a clean, powerful energy source fuels excitement for future economies that could rely on resources from the moon. Additionally, the regolith could be processed into building materials, making lunar construction feasible and reducing the need for transporting materials from Earth. This in-situ resource utilization will be vital in building sustainable lunar structures, driving down the cost of expansion and creating new jobs for both Earth-based and lunar workers. As industries take root on the moon, The demand for specialized lunar infrastructure will grow, bringing new fields and employment opportunities. For instance, establishing reliable transportation systems will be essential, both on the lunar surface and between the Moon and Earth. Lunar rovers for surface transport, lunar spaceports, and cargo systems to transport goods to and from Earth would form the backbone of a lunar economy. Companies are already working on specialized technologies, from lunar mining equipment to habitats and transport systems. The development of such infrastructure will not only create jobs on Earth, but also lay the groundwork for a potential interplanetary economy, where goods, resources, and services flow between the Earth, the Moon, and potentially Mars. The idea of lunar tourism is another intriguing facet of a future lunar economy. While the Moon has long fascinated humanity, only a few individuals have had the privilege of experiencing its alien landscapes firsthand. As costs decline and technology advances, lunar tourism could become a reality, with private companies and governments collaborating to create safe, sustainable lunar experiences for tourists. Initial tours could offer low-gravity environments, stunning views of Earth from the lunar surface, and opportunities to explore lunar craters and other natural formations. As infrastructure develops, we might even see lunar hotels, research centers open to civilian tours, and immersive experiences that allow people to explore the Moon as never before. The revenue from lunar tourism could then support other aspects of lunar development, making tourism a driving economic force in this nascent society. But a thriving lunar society would require more than economic incentives. Just as every community on Earth has schools, healthcare, and governance, a lunar society would need similar systems tailored to its unique environment. Education would be essential for the children of future lunar inhabitants, requiring schools that could integrate Earth-based curricula with knowledge about space, astronomy, and lunar sciences. Lessons on sustainability, engineering, and the unique challenges of life in space would prepare future generations for careers in the expanding fields of lunar and space exploration. The psychological aspect of growing up in a low-gravity, isolated environment would necessitate new educational and social approaches, ensuring that children maintain connections to Earth while forming a unique lunar identity. Healthcare on the Moon will be another critical factor, as lunar settlers face unique health risks. Exposure to lower gravity can affect muscle and bone density, while radiation exposure is a constant threat. Lunar hospitals or medical facilities would need to specialize in treating space-related health conditions, combining advancements in telemedicine with local medical expertise. The integration of AI-driven diagnostics, remote surgeries, and advanced medical monitoring would enable lunar residents to receive high-quality care despite the Moon's remote location. These innovations in healthcare technology, like regenerative medicine and automated diagnostics, could eventually benefit Earth-based hospitals, especially in remote or underserved areas. Governance on the Moon introduces a host of new challenges and opportunities. As lunar colonies grow, there will be a need to establish rules, regulations, and systems of governance that respect both international agreements, like the Outer Space Treaty, and the unique needs of a lunar society. This governance could take various forms, from locally elected councils to interagency agreements between countries with lunar interests. Issues such as resource allocation, environmental preservation, and the protection of lunar cultural sites, such as the Apollo landing sites, would require a cooperative approach where different nations and private entities agree on responsible and sustainable practices. Governance on the Moon could serve as a model for future space societies, pioneering systems of interplanetary law and cooperation that ensure fair and ethical practices across the solar system. As a lunar society grows, a new culture and identity unique to its residents could emerge. This culture would likely be a fusion of Earth-based traditions and new practices developed specifically for life on the Moon. Just as communities around the world have adapted their cultures to their environments, lunar inhabitants might develop unique celebrations, customs, and even music or art that reflect their lives in space. Cultural exchange with Earth could enrich this society, creating a unique perspective that blends terrestrial heritage with the experience of living beyond Earth. This lunar culture might also draw inspiration from global traditions that honor the Moon, incorporating rituals, beliefs, and stories from across humanity that emphasize the connection between Earth and its only natural satellite. Social structures and community life would adapt to the unique conditions of lunar living. People may live in close quarters within pressurized habitats, which would encourage a strong sense of community and interdependence. Housing and social spaces would be designed for comfort, creativity, and interaction, allowing people to bond and support each other in this isolated environment. Recreational activities, from sports adapted to low gravity to virtual reality experiences simulating terrestrial environments, would provide essential leisure and connection, helping lunar residents maintain their physical and mental well-being. The prospect of a lunar society also brings ethical considerations to the forefront. As we establish human presence on another celestial body, questions arise about our responsibilities to protect the moon's environment, which has remained undisturbed for billions of years. Scientists and environmental advocates argue for policies that minimize human impact, protecting the moon's unique geology and the scientific value of its pristine surface. The balance between development and preservation is a complex challenge that lunar governance will need to address. Concepts like lunar heritage sites and protected zones could prevent overexploitation, preserving parts of the moon for future generations to study and appreciate. The creation of a thriving lunar society ultimately embodies humanity's desire to explore, learn, and adapt. It reflects a long-held dream of extending human civilization beyond Earth, not as an escape, but as an expansion of our collective horizons. The moon offers a near-future testing ground for sustainable living, advanced science, and new social models, allowing us to explore how humanity might flourish in environments that challenge every aspect of what we know. The moon's close proximity means that lunar societies could remain in constant communication with Earth, sharing discoveries, cultural exchanges, and technological advancements that enhance life both on the moon and at home. As we move closer to realizing this vision, the moon becomes more than a destination. It becomes part of our story, a chapter in the larger narrative of human evolution. The experiences and knowledge gained from establishing life on the moon will shape how we approach other worlds in the future, teaching us about resilience, ingenuity, and the human capacity to adapt. Every step we take on the moon's surface is a step toward understanding the cosmos and our place within it. A journey that unites humanity across vast distances and offers a glimpse of a future where life in space is not just possible, but thriving. As the vision of a lunar society continues to take shape, we are prompted to consider what daily life might actually look like for people living on the moon. Unlike the short-term stays of Apollo astronauts, future lunar residents could live on the moon for months or even years, making it crucial to design lifestyles that are both sustainable and fulfilling. Day-to-day routines on the moon would involve unique adaptations, combining work, recreation, and personal life in ways we have yet to experience on Earth. These routines would be shaped by the lunar environment's distinct cycles, challenges, and opportunities, creating a lifestyle that may be fundamentally different from anything on Earth. One of the first notable aspects of lunar life is adjusting to the moon's day-night cycle. With each lunar day lasting about 29.5 Earth days, lunar residents would experience approximately 2 weeks of daylight, followed by 2 weeks of darkness. This extended cycle affects everything from energy use to sleep patterns. While habitats would be equipped with artificial lighting to simulate Earth's day-night rhythm, some lunar settlers may need to adjust their routines around these longer lunar cycles, especially for outdoor activities or scientific research conducted on the surface. Extended periods of darkness, with temperatures dropping to extreme lows, may mean that surface activities are primarily conducted during lunar daytime, while nighttime is reserved for indoor work, maintenance, and recreation. Work on the moon would likely be diverse, covering everything from scientific research to construction, mining, and maintenance of life support systems. Scientific research might focus on lunar geology, radiation studies, and even testing medical treatments under low-gravity conditions. Construction and mining, meanwhile, would be essential for expanding habitats, building infrastructure, and gathering resources needed for life on the moon. With low-gravity conditions, routine tasks would be redefined, requiring specialized equipment and training. The lunar environment also presents unique dangers, such as exposure to radiation and micrometeorite impacts, so lunar residents would need to wear protective suits and follow strict safety protocols when working outside. Recreational activities would play a vital role in lunar life, offering a mental break from the demanding work and isolation. The moon's lower gravity, about 1/6 of Earth's, presents fascinating opportunities for sports and other physical activities that aren't possible on Earth. Imagine playing low-gravity basketball or creating new sports that leverage the moon's unique environment. Jumping and movement would feel effortless, allowing for creative physical activities that could become iconic aspects of lunar culture. Indoor recreation spaces, equipped with simulated environments, could offer a taste of Earth through virtual reality, allowing residents to explore natural landscapes, attend virtual concerts, or even visit family and friends back on Earth, mitigating the psychological impact of isolation. Eating and food production on the moon would be another distinctive experience, as lunar residents would rely on a combination of Earth-imported items and locally grown produce. Hydroponic and aeroponic farming methods would allow for a steady supply of vegetables, fruits, and potentially even herbs, which could be used to add variety to meals and reduce dependence on Earth shipments. Food production systems would be designed for efficiency, recycling water and nutrients to create a sustainable food cycle. Given the moon's resource limitations, waste would be minimized, with every scrap of organic material either composted or repurposed. The creation of unique lunar cuisine, crafted from the available ingredients and adapted to the moon's conditions, could become part of lunar culture, blending practicality with creativity. Social life and community interactions would be structured around the tight-knit environment of lunar habitats. Living quarters would likely be small, designed for functionality and space efficiency, encouraging people to spend time in communal areas. These shared spaces would become the heart of lunar social life, where residents could gather for meals, meetings, and entertainment. Shared experiences, from tackling daily tasks to celebrating lunar milestones, would foster a strong sense of camaraderie and interdependence among residents. Community events, such as group celebrations of Earth holidays or moon days commemorating life in space, could create a shared cultural identity unique to lunar society. Education on the moon would extend beyond traditional schooling. For children and young adults, learning would include unique subjects like lunar science, low-gravity physics, and the history of space exploration. Education would also emphasize practical skills, such as habitat maintenance, resource management, and safety protocols specific to lunar life. This lunar curriculum would prepare young residents to contribute to their society and thrive in their unusual environment. Additionally, virtual learning platforms could connect lunar students with Earth-based educators, allowing them to study a broad range of subjects and stay connected to developments on Earth. Healthcare on the moon would be integrated with advanced technologies to manage both physical and mental health. Regular exercise would be critical to counteract the effects of low gravity on muscle and bone density. Workouts might be designed to leverage the moon's gravity, with specialized machines providing resistance training to mimic the gravitational forces on Earth. Mental health support would be equally crucial, with counselors and psychologists available through virtual consultations and community-building activities designed to foster a sense of belonging. Furthermore, medical advancements in monitoring and telemedicine would allow lunar residents to receive high-quality care, addressing any issues before they become serious. Autonomous medical devices and AI-driven diagnostics could be on hand for real-time health monitoring, alerting residents and healthcare professionals to potential health concerns. A sense of connection with Earth would remain central to life on the moon. Communication systems would allow for regular contact with family, friends, and colleagues on Earth, although the slight delay in transmission times would remind lunar residents of their distance. Virtual events, real-time messaging, and live-stream gatherings would help bridge the gap, maintaining social bonds across worlds. Lunar residents might also participate in Earth's cultural events virtually, watching sports games, concerts, and celebrations, reinforcing the idea that while they live on the moon, they are still part of Earth's global community. Beyond day-to-day routines, lunar life would involve continual exploration, discovery, and a sense of purpose that unites residents with a shared mission. Each lunar inhabitant, whether scientist, engineer, or agriculturalist, would contribute to a larger vision, one that reaches beyond personal achievements to collective progress. The moon offers countless scientific and exploratory opportunities, with each discovery deepening our understanding of the universe. As new residents arrive, bringing fresh perspectives and skills, the community would grow more diverse and dynamic, advancing the pioneering legacy of those who first set foot on the lunar surface. Living on the moon would shape a distinct identity, blending Earth's cultures with the demands and inspiration of space life. Lunar residents would forge a connection not only with their lunar home, but also with the larger narrative of human exploration. This identity would be rooted in resilience, adaptability, and a shared commitment to exploration, becoming a cultural heritage that future generations would inherit and expand upon. In a broader sense, lunar life represents humanity's determination to expand our presence in the cosmos, reshaping our relationship with Earth and redefining the meaning of home. As we push the boundaries of what is possible, we are reminded that exploration is at the heart of our species. Each person who lives on the moon will contribute to a legacy of curiosity and courage, joining a journey that connects our past with an expansive future. The story of life on the moon is one of discovery, resilience, and unity, a new chapter in our shared human story, with endless horizons waiting beyond. As lunar society continues to evolve, one intriguing prospect is the potential for a new scientific and technological renaissance driven by the unique conditions of life on the moon. With its low-gravity environment, vast expanses of untouched terrain, and proximity to Earth, the moon offers unparalleled opportunities for innovation across fields ranging from physics and materials science to biology and engineering. By living and working on the moon, humanity could unlock knowledge and technological advancements that would be impossible to achieve on Earth, propelling not only lunar society, but also benefiting life on our home planet. One area of intense research interest on the moon is materials science. The moon's regolith, composed of fine dust and rocky particles, contains elements like silicon, aluminum, titanium, and iron, which could be refined and used in building lunar habitats, machinery, and other infrastructure. Processing these materials on-site would allow lunar residents to create tools, construct habitats, and even manufacture spare parts without depending on shipments from Earth. This approach, known as in situ resource utilization, ISRU, could spark a wave of innovation in material processing and 3D printing, as engineers develop methods to produce sturdy, resilient materials from lunar soil. These techniques, refined in the challenging lunar environment, might eventually lead to new manufacturing approaches on Earth, where sustainability and resource efficiency are increasingly critical. The moon's low gravity also opens up a new world of possibilities in physics and engineering. In reduced gravity, conventional limitations on building size and structure might be redefined, allowing for the construction of massive telescopes, scientific instruments, and even habitats that would be structurally impossible on Earth. Imagine kilometer-long observatories or habitats that float slightly above the lunar surface, constructed to take advantage of low gravity's unique physics. Scientists could conduct low-gravity experiments that would yield insights into fundamental forces, fluid dynamics, and material behaviors, which could lead to innovations in fields ranging from architecture to robotics. These studies would not only enhance life on the moon, but could transform engineering and construction techniques on Earth, especially in areas where large-scale structures or novel materials are required. Another fascinating opportunity the moon presents is in biological research. Studying how plants, animals, and eventually humans adapt to low gravity could reveal critical insights into the effects of gravity on biological systems. Lunar farms equipped with hydroponics and aeroponic systems could be used to study plant growth in reduced gravity, uncovering ways to optimize crop production for future space habitats and even for arid regions on Earth. Experiments on the lunar surface might also investigate how microorganisms adapt to high radiation levels, providing insights into resilience and survival under extreme conditions. This research could yield breakthroughs in medicine, agriculture, and biotechnology, contributing to sustainable agriculture on Earth and aiding in the preparation for long-term human missions to Mars and beyond. The Moon's unique position relative to Earth also makes it an ideal platform for astrophysical research and Earth observation. The lunar far side is shielded from Earth's radio signals, providing a pristine environment for radio astronomy. Setting up observatories on the Moon's far side could allow scientists to study the universe in radio frequencies without interference from Earth-based signals, leading to breakthroughs in understanding cosmic phenomena like black holes, pulsars, and early galaxy formation. Additionally, telescopes on the Moon could observe the Earth with high precision, monitoring climate patterns, environmental changes, and even natural disasters in real time. This moon's eye view of Earth could provide crucial data for environmental science and disaster response, helping us address challenges like climate change and resource management more effectively. In the realm of medicine, the moon's conditions could foster advances in medical research and telemedicine. Low-gravity environments have unique effects on human physiology, including changes in muscle and bone density, immune response, and even gene expression. By studying these changes, scientists could develop new treatments and medical protocols for conditions related to aging, muscle degeneration, and osteoporosis on Earth. Telemedicine, already crucial for remote healthcare, would become even more advanced on the Moon, as lunar residents rely on remote monitoring and diagnostics for healthcare. Innovations in robotic surgery, remote diagnostics, and AI-driven health assessments would improve healthcare for lunar inhabitants and could revolutionize access to healthcare in remote or underserved areas on Earth. The Moon's isolation from Earth presents unique challenges in psychology and mental health that would foster advances in virtual reality, VR, artificial intelligence, and communication technologies. Living in a confined environment far from Earth for extended periods would require support systems to help residents manage stress, isolation, and the psychological impact of prolonged separation from friends and family. VR could play a significant role, allowing lunar residents to experience immersive simulations of natural Earth environments, providing a form of virtual escapism and maintaining mental well-being. Artificial intelligence could also be developed to create realistic, interactive companions, offering support, companionship, and a sense of familiarity in the remote lunar environment. These psychological support systems, initially designed for lunar inhabitants, might be adapted for therapeutic use on Earth, benefiting people experiencing isolation, stress, or mental health challenges. As lunar society grows, it could become a model for sustainable living and a testbed for zero-waste systems and closed-loop resource cycles. Every aspect of life on the Moon would be designed with minimal environmental impact and maximal efficiency in mind, from water recycling and energy use to waste processing and air purification. These systems would need to function autonomously and with minimal maintenance, setting new standards for sustainable living that could be applied to Earth. Imagine entire cities designed to function like lunar habitats, where waste is repurposed, energy use is highly efficient, and reliance on external resources is minimized. Such innovations would support a sustainable future on Earth and potentially inspire new approaches to urban planning, resource management, and environmental conservation. In many ways, the Moon could serve as a proving ground for the future of humanity in space. The lessons learned from building a sustainable society on the Moon, ranging from ecological management and social governance to technological advancements and medical innovations, would inform how we approach other worlds. As we aim to establish human presence on Mars, the systems and practices tested on the Moon would be instrumental in creating a thriving society on another planet. The Moon, with its proximity to Earth, allows for real-time experimentation and learning, preparing us for the even greater challenges and distances involved in Mars missions. Beyond the practical advancements, the Moon offers a unique opportunity for humanity to reflect on our place in the universe. Living on the Moon would give people a profound, first-hand experience of Earth as a distant, fragile world hanging in the blackness of space. This perspective, known as the overview effect, has been transformative for astronauts who see Earth from orbit, and it would likely be even more impactful for lunar residents who live with this view daily. Such an experience might foster a stronger sense of global unity, reminding us of the interconnectedness of all life on Earth and the need to preserve and cherish our planet. This shift in perspective could inspire new cultural, philosophical, and ethical frameworks. As lunar inhabitants grapple with the ethical implications of utilizing lunar resources and the responsibilities of preserving the moon's environment, they might develop new philosophies that emphasize stewardship, sustainability, and respect for other worlds. These ideas could influence humanity's approach to future space exploration, encouraging a respectful and responsible approach to other celestial bodies. Lunar society could pioneer a new space ethics, a set of principles that guide humanity's interactions with the cosmos and ensure that we protect and preserve the wonders of the universe for future generations. Ultimately, the moon represents more than just a stepping stone. It is a canvas upon which humanity can project its highest ideals and aspirations. The efforts to build a sustainable, self-sufficient society on the moon reflect our deepest values: curiosity, resilience, unity, and a desire to push the boundaries of what's possible. Every scientific breakthrough, technological advancement, and cultural evolution on the moon will bring us closer to a future where humanity is not only surviving, but thriving beyond Earth. As we continue to develop lunar society, each step brings us closer to realizing a cosmic future where Earth is not our only home. The moon is humanity's first leap into the wider solar system, a place where we can learn, adapt, and grow, preparing us for the next grand adventure that awaits among the stars. With every achievement on the lunar surface, we take one step further into the unknown, building a legacy of exploration that will echo across time, inspiring generations to look up, to dream, and to reach for the cosmos. As humanity forges ahead with the vision of a lunar society, the moon is poised to become a vital platform for pushing the frontiers of science, technology, and culture even further. This next phase in lunar development may encompass sophisticated innovations in sustainable practices, cross-planetary communication networks, and even the first steps toward a space-based economy. With each development, we are not merely extending human presence into space, but laying the groundwork for interplanetary civilization, a way of life that embraces both the limitations and endless possibilities of our expanding reach in the cosmos. One of the most promising aspects of a lunar society is the potential for a space-based economy that could connect Earth, the moon, and eventually Mars. Such an economy would require robust supply chains, transportation networks, and resource exchanges that link these worlds in mutually beneficial ways. Imagine Earth as a manufacturing and knowledge hub, supplying technological expertise and complex materials, while the moon provides raw materials, like lunar regolith for construction, water ice for fuel, and potentially helium-3 as a clean energy source. This economic interplay would reduce the costs of deep space missions by allowing spacecraft to refuel on the moon rather than carrying all supplies from Earth, making exploration more sustainable and economically viable. Communication networks between Earth and the moon will be a cornerstone of this interplanetary economy. Real-time, uninterrupted communication will allow for the exchange of data, control of remote robotic systems, and coordination of missions between Earth and the moon. Companies and agencies are already working on systems that use satellites in lunar orbit to establish a continuous link with Earth, forming a lunar internet that could support communications for lunar colonies, research stations, and eventually lunar tourism. This infrastructure will be the lifeline of lunar society, enabling residents to maintain contact with Earth and access vast reserves of knowledge and expertise. Advances in satellite technology and communications could revolutionize internet services on Earth, especially in remote and underserved regions. The development of an interplanetary transportation network would be crucial for a space-based economy. Reusable rockets like SpaceX's Starship and other advanced spacecraft could transport goods, equipment, and people between Earth and the moon regularly. Building on these technologies, we might see lunar spaceports that serve as hubs for freight, research supplies, and personnel transfer. Over time, specialized lunar vehicles could be developed, designed to handle the moon's rugged terrain and low gravity, expanding human reach across the lunar surface. Efficient transportation networks would also play a key role in expanding human presence beyond the moon, providing the logistical backbone needed for missions to Mars and beyond. Resource management on the moon will go far beyond the practices we currently employ on Earth, transforming the way we approach sustainability. With limited resources and the need to support life in a harsh environment, lunar society will pioneer closed-loop systems in which waste is minimized and materials are continually recycled. This approach is a step beyond conventional recycling, aiming for near-total efficiency where waste is almost entirely reused in new processes. For instance, water on the moon will be filtered, purified, and reused multiple times, while organic waste could be converted into nutrients for hydroponic farms. Such closed-loop systems, perfected on the moon, could redefine waste management practices on Earth, especially in urban environments where sustainability is essential. Power generation on the moon will likely rely on a combination of solar energy, nuclear power, and innovative storage solutions. Solar power, with its reliance on sunlight, will be intermittent due to the moon's 2-week-long days and nights. During the long lunar night, energy storage systems, including advanced batteries or possibly fuel cells, will be essential to maintain continuous power. Small, portable nuclear reactors are being developed to provide a stable power source, adding another layer of redundancy to lunar energy infrastructure. The technologies developed for continuous power generation and storage on the moon could have transformative effects on Earth's energy sector, enabling more resilient and sustainable power grids, especially in regions prone to blackouts or with limited access to renewable energy. As lunar society becomes more advanced, governance will play an increasingly important role in ensuring peace, cooperation, and fairness in space. Governing a society on the moon presents unique challenges that differ significantly from Earth's traditional models. For one, lunar society will have a smaller, closely interconnected population whose survival depends on cooperation and the fair distribution of resources. Governance models may lean toward more direct forms of democracy, where decisions about resource use, environmental protection, and social policy are made collectively. This system might include regular, direct votes on critical issues or rotational leadership roles where residents share responsibilities. The principles of lunar governance could serve as a model for future space societies, emphasizing community involvement, equality, and shared responsibility over resources. The moon's unique environment will also shape social organization, with a strong emphasis on community. With limited space and resources, residents will likely live in close proximity, fostering a sense of interdependence and cooperation. Lunar settlements could be designed around shared spaces for dining, relaxation, exercise, and entertainment, ensuring that residents have opportunities to bond and interact. Community events and traditions may emerge, such as lunar nights, where residents gather to share stories, or celebrations of Earth holidays with a lunar twist. As the first generations of lunar settlers establish roots, they may create a distinct culture that blends Earth traditions with new practices born from the challenges and inspirations of lunar life. In the realm of culture and arts, the moon offers fertile ground for creativity and expression. Artists, musicians, writers, and filmmakers could find inspiration in the lunar landscape, creating works that reflect the experience of life in space. Low gravity might enable new forms of dance, sculpture, and even performance art that are impossible on Earth. The stark, alien beauty of the moon's surface and the breathtaking view of Earth from a distance would be sources of artistic inspiration, providing themes of isolation, wonder, and exploration. Lunar art and culture could help bridge the emotional and psychological gap between Earth and the moon, creating a shared sense of identity and purpose that transcends planetary boundaries. As lunar society matures, it might even begin to explore its relationship with the moon itself, grappling with ethical questions about preservation and respect. The moon has a rich history and cultural significance for many societies on Earth, symbolizing mystery, romance, and the unknown. Preserving its natural beauty and historical significance will likely become a central value for lunar residents, leading to protected areas, heritage sites, and restricted zones where human impact is minimized. These values could evolve into an ethical framework for future exploration, guiding humanity to approach other celestial bodies with respect and mindfulness, balancing exploration with preservation. This lunar society, although distant from Earth, could serve as an ongoing scientific resource for studying Earth's history and natural phenomena. By analyzing lunar samples and geological formations, scientists can learn more about the early solar system and the processes that shaped our planet. The Moon's stable environment, untouched by Earth's atmospheric and geological activity, preserves ancient records of cosmic events like meteor impacts and solar radiation fluctuations, offering a window into the distant past. This knowledge could enrich Earth sciences and provide critical insights into planetary formation, helping us understand the evolution of both our planet and other worlds. Looking ahead, the Moon may not only become humanity's first extraterrestrial society, but also a launchpad for exploring deeper into the solar system. Establishing a stable, technologically advanced society on the Moon would prove that sustainable life in space is possible, inspiring future missions to Mars, the asteroid belt, and eventually, the moons of Jupiter and Saturn. The Moon's low gravity and proximity to Earth make it an ideal base for launching these missions, significantly reducing the energy needed to reach farther planets. Lunar industries, transportation systems, and resource management could extend to support missions venturing into the unknown, with lunar society serving as a hub for interplanetary exploration. Ultimately, the Moon is more than just a destination. It is the beginning of a new phase in human civilization. It represents our first steps into a future where humanity exists across multiple worlds, each with its unique challenges, opportunities, and cultures. The lessons, technologies, and values forged on the Moon will shape this future, setting standards for how we live, work, and explore in space. Lunar society will be a testament to human resilience, creativity, and the spirit of exploration, demonstrating that our potential truly knows no bounds. As we gaze up at the Moon from Earth, it becomes a beacon of possibility, a reminder that we are capable of reaching beyond what was once thought possible. The Moon will continue to inspire us as we push forward, exploring, discovering, and building in ways that redefine what it means to be human. And as the Moon becomes a vibrant part of our shared story, it will forever remain a symbol of humanity's journey into the stars. A journey fueled by curiosity, driven by resilience, and destined for greatness. As the Moon transforms from a distant destination into a thriving, self-sustaining outpost, the possibilities for deeper exploration of the solar system begin to take shape. The Moon's unique characteristics make it an ideal launching point for missions to Mars, asteroids, and beyond. With its low gravity and lack of atmospheric drag, the energy needed to launch from the Moon is significantly less than from Earth. This makes it feasible to envision the Moon as a fueling and staging ground, where spacecraft could be assembled, resupplied, and launched into deeper space. Establishing this interplanetary gateway on the Moon could mark the next giant leap in human exploration, extending our reach far beyond Earth's orbit. A critical component of the Moon as a gateway would be the development of lunar fuel production. The discovery of water ice on the Moon, particularly near the lunar poles, has opened the door to producing fuel directly from lunar resources. By splitting water molecules into hydrogen and oxygen, we can create rocket fuel capable of powering missions to Mars and other destinations. Establishing lunar fuel depots would allow spacecraft to refuel before heading out on longer journeys, significantly reducing the amount of fuel they need to bring from Earth. This breakthrough would make interplanetary travel more efficient and less expensive, bringing us closer to achieving sustainable exploration of the solar system. Building on this concept, a network of lunar-based spaceports could serve as the foundation for an interplanetary transportation system. These spaceports would facilitate the launch and landing of spacecraft from the Moon, providing maintenance, refueling, and support services for missions traveling deeper into space. Reusable landers, similar to those being developed by companies like SpaceX and Blue Origin, could ferry cargo and passengers between lunar spaceports and Earth orbits, creating a continuous flow of supplies and people. As spaceports become more advanced, They might even serve as manufacturing hubs for building and assembling spacecraft, taking advantage of materials sourced from the moon itself. This interconnected system would transform the moon into a bustling hub of activity, laying the groundwork for future missions to Mars, the asteroid belt, and the outer planets. Mars stands out as the next logical destination after the moon. Establishing a sustainable presence on Mars presents an array of challenges even greater than those of the moon, including harsher weather, extreme temperatures, and a longer journey from Earth. But a permanent lunar society could be the proving ground for the systems, protocols, and technologies needed for Martian exploration. Lunar habitats would offer essential insights into sustainable life support systems, radiation shielding, and resource utilization that could be directly applied to Mars. Techniques developed for growing food, recycling water, and generating energy on the moon would be invaluable on Mars, where resources are even scarcer. By creating and refining these systems on the moon, humanity can approach Mars with a higher degree of readiness, equipped to face the planet's unique environment and challenges. Beyond Mars, the moon could also become a base for missions to asteroids and the outer planets. The asteroid belt between Mars and Jupiter contains millions of asteroids rich in valuable minerals, including metals like iron, nickel, and even precious elements like platinum. Mining these resources could fuel the growth of an interplanetary economy, providing materials for advanced manufacturing and construction both in space and on Earth. Lunar-based mining ships, refueled and launched from the moon, could venture to nearby asteroids to gather resources and bring them back to the moon or Earth orbit. This potential for asteroid mining could transform the moon into the first true cosmic port, a hub for resource extraction that helps sustain the entire solar system's infrastructure. The outer planets and their moons, such as Jupiter's Europa or Saturn's Enceladus, are tantalizing targets for future exploration due to their potential for harboring life. Both moons contain subsurface oceans beneath icy crusts, which may provide conditions suitable for microbial life. Missions to explore these distant worlds would require substantial fuel, advanced robotics, and durable spacecraft capable of surviving extreme conditions. A lunar base could serve as a launch pad for these missions, supporting the development and testing of robotic probes, deep space habitats, and spacecraft designed for extreme environments. The moon's facilities could allow for simulations and trial runs, ensuring that equipment and protocols are ready for the intense conditions encountered near the gas giants. In addition to its role in interplanetary missions, the moon could become a hub for space science and research. With observatories and research stations established on the lunar far side, scientists could conduct studies of the universe free from Earth's atmospheric and electromagnetic interference. This radio-quiet zone would be ideal for a deep space radio telescope, which could capture faint radio signals from distant galaxies, the early universe, and perhaps even signals from intelligent extraterrestrial sources. By studying the cosmos from the moon, astronomers could push the boundaries of our understanding of the universe, investigating phenomena like dark matter, dark energy, and the structure of black holes with unprecedented clarity. As the moon becomes more integrated into humanity's broader exploration agenda, it will also serve as a site for developing new propulsion technologies, enabling faster and more efficient travel to distant locations. Traditional chemical propulsion systems, while effective, are limited in their efficiency and speed, making them less suitable for missions beyond Mars. On the moon, scientists could test advanced propulsion systems such as nuclear thermal or nuclear electric propulsion, which offer higher efficiency and faster travel times. These systems could make it feasible to reach the outer planets within months instead of years, significantly expanding the range of human exploration. The moon's research facilities could also support the development of ion propulsion, solar sails, and other innovative propulsion concepts, transforming our approach to space travel. The moon's evolution into a thriving spaceport and research center also holds implications for international collaboration. Unlike the Cold War-era competition that initially drove the space race, lunar exploration today is increasingly collaborative, with countries like the United States, Russia, China, Japan, and members of the European Space Agency all expressing interest in lunar missions. The moon could become a model for peaceful international cooperation, where countries and private companies work together to achieve common goals in exploration, research, and sustainability. This collaboration could set a precedent for future projects in space, fostering a spirit of unity that transcends national boundaries and emphasizes our shared identity as explorers of the cosmos. As lunar society matures, we may even see the emergence of a space culture, a unique blend of Earth's diverse traditions with new customs and philosophies born from life in space. Lunar residents would likely develop a culture that emphasizes resilience, adaptability, and innovation, values shaped by the challenges of living on the moon. Over time, a distinct lunar identity could emerge, blending Earth's cultural heritage with the pioneering spirit of the space frontier. This space culture could inspire art, literature, and traditions that reflect the experience of living beyond Earth, creating a shared narrative that resonates with people on Earth and the moon alike. The moon's role as humanity's first foothold in space offers a profound opportunity for reflection. As we establish a presence beyond our home planet, we are reminded of the fragility and interconnectedness of life on Earth. The overview effect, experienced by astronauts who see Earth from space, inspires a sense of unity and stewardship, a realization that all of humanity shares one small, blue planet in the vastness of the cosmos. Living on the moon, with Earth as a distant beacon in the sky, could reinforce this perspective, encouraging a mindset of global responsibility, environmental consciousness, and cooperation that echoes back to Earth. In essence, the moon is more than a mere stepping stone. It is the crucible in which humanity will forge the skills, knowledge, and values needed to thrive in the cosmos. It represents the dawn of a new era where Earth is not the sole cradle of civilization, but one of many worlds where life can flourish. As we expand our reach into the solar system, each milestone achieved on the moon will bring us closer to realizing our potential as an interplanetary species, a civilization unbound by the limits of a single world. The story of humanity's journey to the moon is only the beginning. Each step taken on the lunar surface builds on the legacy of those who dreamed of the stars, from the ancient astronomers who gazed up in wonder to the pioneers who landed on the moon for the first time. Now, as we look toward the future, the moon becomes the gateway to a new frontier, a place where dreams of exploration and discovery are woven into the fabric of everyday life. With the moon as our foundation, the path forward is limitless, leading us to Mars, the asteroid belt, and ultimately, the farthest reaches of the solar system. The journey may be challenging, but each discovery, each innovation, and each new colony we build will echo with the spirit of humanity's relentless pursuit of knowledge and understanding. As we extend our presence across the cosmos, we carry with us the hopes, dreams, and aspirations of Earth, bound together by a shared destiny to explore the stars. As humanity continues to deepen its foothold on the moon, a profound transformation in our collective understanding and ambitions begins to take shape. The moon, now a thriving hub of science, industry, and community, stands as a testament to our capacity to turn dreams into reality. But it is also just the beginning. Each discovery and advancement on the lunar surface lights the way toward an ever more ambitious future, where humanity's presence extends from the moon to Mars, the asteroid belt, and eventually, the outer reaches of the solar system. This ongoing expansion will redefine what it means to be human as we carry our cultures, technologies, and aspirations into the cosmos. As lunar society grows, new generations will emerge who may consider the moon their true home, embodying a culture that is distinctly shaped by the lunar environment. The isolation of the moon from Earth, combined with the unique experiences of lunar life, will cultivate a culture that values resilience, adaptability, and cooperation. This culture may diverge from Earth-bound customs and develop its own practices, holidays, and traditions that celebrate milestones in space exploration, the unique lunar cycles, or the beauty of Earth as seen from afar. These lunar customs could serve as a bridge between the two worlds, enriching both lunar and Earth societies with shared celebrations and ideals. With the establishment of lunar universities, schools, and research institutions, The moon may soon become a leader in scientific research, engineering, and space medicine. Educational institutions on the moon would not only focus on traditional sciences, but would also specialize in space-specific fields such as low-gravity engineering, astrobiology, and radiation shielding. These lunar universities could attract students and researchers from across the solar system, building an intellectual community that continually pushes the boundaries of human knowledge. Courses and degrees offered in lunar science or space habitation engineering might one day be as common as biology or physics on Earth, setting a new standard for scientific achievement. One of the most remarkable contributions of lunar society to Earth could be in the field of environmental sustainability. The closed-loop systems, energy efficiency, and zero-waste policies essential for survival on the moon could be adapted to address environmental issues on Earth, particularly in urban centers and remote locations. By refining these sustainable practices in the harsh conditions of the moon, lunar society may pioneer solutions that allow Earth to thrive more sustainably, providing technologies and methods that reduce pollution, conserve water, and minimize waste. Through these innovations, the moon will not only be a home for its residents, but a source of inspiration and practical knowledge for Earth. In addition to environmental advancements, the moon could become a center for medical innovation. The unique physiological challenges faced by lunar residents, such as muscle and bone density loss, exposure to radiation, and isolation, demand advancements in medical technology and mental health care. These innovations could lead to new treatments for muscle atrophy, radiation-related illnesses, and even mental health therapies for those facing isolation on Earth. The moon's medical advancements may not only improve life for its own residents, but contribute to a healthier, more resilient society back on Earth. The economy of the moon will also play a pivotal role in this transformative era, as it shifts from dependency on Earth to self-sufficiency and even resource exploitation. As lunar industries flourish, the moon could contribute raw materials, advanced technologies, and scientific discoveries to Earth, making it a valuable economic partner. Lunar mining operations, focused on extracting metals, helium-3, and other rare resources, could sustain energy and manufacturing industries on Earth, alleviating pressure on terrestrial resources and reducing environmental impact. The development of lunar markets, industries, and trade networks may eventually integrate with Earth's economy, creating a dynamic, interdependent relationship between the two worlds. Lunar tourism could also emerge as a significant industry, as advances in spacecraft technology make visiting the moon more accessible and affordable. Future lunar tourists could experience low-gravity sports, tour historic landing sites, and gaze upon Earth from a perspective few have ever seen. As lunar tourism grows, the moon could develop resorts, museums, and educational centers that attract visitors from around the world, sparking a new appreciation for space exploration and the unique beauty of our universe. This industry could bring both economic benefits to the moon and a cultural exchange that deepens the bond between Earth and its celestial neighbor. As the moon develops into a center for industry, science, and tourism, governance will become increasingly essential to ensure stability, fairness, and the responsible use of lunar resources. The moon's legal framework will need to address a range of issues, from property rights and resource management to environmental protections and cultural preservation. Agreements like the Artemis Accords have laid the foundation for cooperative exploration, but as the moon's population grows, more comprehensive governance structures will be necessary. This governance may draw on lessons from Earth's history while introducing innovative models that reflect the unique nature of lunar society. Potential governance systems could be designed around cooperative principles, ensuring that all lunar residents and Earth nations benefit from lunar exploration without conflict. In this era of interplanetary development, the concept of citizenship could also evolve, with people identifying as Earthlings and Lunarians alike, sharing a dual identity that spans worlds. These identities would likely shape future policies, rights, and social norms, with lunar citizens contributing to both their own society and the global community on Earth. This sense of dual citizenship could create a profound connection between worlds, fostering an ethic of stewardship that emphasizes our shared heritage and collective responsibility for each other and our environments. Future lunar residents might embody the spirit of exploration and unity, acting as ambassadors who remind us of the interconnectedness of all human life, regardless of where we call home. The moon may also become a central player in humanity's philosophical and ethical discourse. As people live on the moon, they will need to grapple with questions about the preservation of its pristine environment, the ethical implications of space exploration, and our responsibility toward future generations. These considerations could spark a cosmic ethics, a new field of thought that informs how humanity interacts with other celestial bodies, balancing exploration with respect for the natural state of the universe. Philosophers, theologians, and ethicists on the moon could explore questions about the purpose of human expansion, the ethics of altering new worlds, and the long-term implications of interplanetary society, offering insights that shape our approach to space. As humanity looks beyond the moon, the lessons learned from lunar society will provide a blueprint for future space settlements. Mars, the asteroid belt, and even the moons of Jupiter and Saturn could one day host human colonies inspired by the pioneering efforts on the moon. Each new world will bring its own set of challenges, requiring adaptations and innovations. But the foundational principles, sustainability, cooperation, and resilience, established on the moon will guide each endeavor. The moon, as humanity's first extraterrestrial home, will be a touchstone for these new frontiers, a reminder of where our journey began and the ideals that carried us forward. The moon's transformation from a symbol of distant dreams to a vibrant society represents one of humanity's greatest achievements. It embodies our drive to explore, to innovate, and to push beyond the boundaries of what was once thought possible. Each step forward, each new technology, and each cultural tradition that takes root on the moon contributes to a shared legacy that spans not just generations, but worlds. The moon will forever be a part of human history, a place where we learn to survive, thrive, and envision a future where humanity is a cosmic species. In this vision, the moon is not just a destination. It is a gateway, a place where we learn what it means to be citizens of the cosmos. As we look up at the moon from Earth, it no longer represents just a silent companion in the night sky, but a living testament to our collective ambition. It stands as a beacon of hope, resilience, and unity, inviting us to look beyond our horizons and imagine a future where humanity flourishes among the stars. The moon, once a distant dream, is now our bridge to the universe, a place where the story of humanity expands and unfolds, touching the infinite and inviting us onward. As humanity solidifies its presence on the moon, our ambitions inevitably turn outward to even greater challenges. Each new advancement on the moon is not just a feat in its own right, but a stepping stone to further exploration, pushing us to consider worlds that lie far beyond Earth's immediate reach. The moon, with its evolving society, bustling scientific and industrial activities, and strategic position, is becoming a launch pad for human expansion into the solar system. Our experiences and innovations on the moon will serve as critical preparation for the monumental goal ahead, reaching Mars and establishing humanity's first colony on another planet. Mars, with its atmosphere, seasonal cycles, and surface water, presents both a tantalizing opportunity and a formidable challenge. The lessons we learn from lunar life will be essential, especially in adapting closed-loop life support systems, radiation protection, and in-situ resource utilization for Mars. The moon's environment, though harsh, has provided us with a controlled testing ground just a few days away from Earth, allowing us to refine our technologies and approaches. These lunar advancements will make Mars colonies more feasible and sustainable, bridging the gap between short-term missions and the long-term, self-sufficient presence we envision. One of the key logistical challenges in reaching Mars is the immense distance compared to the moon. While lunar missions can reach their destination in just a few days, a Mars mission requires months of space travel, exposing crew members to prolonged periods in microgravity, isolation, and radiation. The moon, however, provides an ideal training ground for these challenges, with its partial gravity, psychological isolation, and need for advanced life support. Habitats on the moon could simulate Martian conditions, preparing astronauts to endure long-duration missions and testing their psychological resilience. Facilities on the moon could also be used to develop, refine, and test spacecraft designed for the long voyage to Mars, allowing us to work through potential issues close to home before committing to such an extended journey. As Mars missions draw closer, the moon could also serve as a staging ground for interplanetary spacecraft, which could be assembled in lunar orbit or on the surface. With lunar regolith processed into construction materials and fuel produced from lunar ice, Mars-bound vehicles could be launched with fewer resources directly from Earth. This logistical approach would drastically reduce the cost and complexity of Mars missions, allowing larger payloads to be dedicated to equipment and supplies for the Martian environment. Lunar spaceports could become bustling hubs of activity, where spacecraft, supplies, and crew are prepared for the interplanetary journey, creating a streamlined system for future exploration. Once on Mars, settlers will face unique challenges that make even the moon seem forgiving by comparison. Mars' distance from Earth, harsh climate, and thin atmosphere will require resilience and adaptability. Lunar colonies will have already established crucial technologies, such as radiation shielding, oxygen generation, and habitat construction techniques that can be adapted for Mars. With longer seasons and harsher conditions, Mars will demand solutions that build on lunar research but push it to new levels. Techniques for growing food, managing waste, and sustaining life in confined habitats will be directly applicable, as will lunar innovations in recycling and resource conservation. Mars also offers new possibilities for scientific discovery that could reshape our understanding of life, planetary science, and our place in the cosmos. Unlike the moon, Mars may have once hosted liquid water, and evidence suggests it could have had conditions suitable for life. By establishing a lunar-based scientific network, researchers can develop and test specialized instruments, rovers, and drilling technologies to probe Mars' surface and subsurface for signs of past or present life. This exploration could reveal insights into the biological and chemical processes that may have given rise to life, addressing one of humanity's oldest questions: are we alone in the universe? Beyond Mars, the moon could also become a critical launch point for missions to the asteroid belt. Rich in metals and other valuable elements, the asteroids hold the potential to transform the space economy, providing resources to sustain and expand human activities in space. Lunar facilities would be able to equip and launch mining missions to the asteroid belt, supplying spacecraft with fuel, equipment, and provisions. The moon's strategic position makes it an ideal base for these ventures, enabling the efficient transport of mined materials back to lunar or Earth orbits. This interplanetary resource network could drive an economic boom, with the moon as the central hub in an evolving space economy that supports both Earth and future colonies. Missions to the moons of Jupiter and Saturn may also become possible as technology advances. Europa and Enceladus, with their subsurface oceans beneath icy crusts, are among the most promising locations in our search for extraterrestrial life. However, these icy moons are located in environments far more hostile than the lunar or Martian surfaces, with intense radiation and freezing temperatures. The moon could provide a training ground for developing spacecraft and scientific instruments capable of surviving such extreme conditions. Lunar laboratories set up to simulate these environments would allow researchers to perfect technologies needed for penetrating ice crusts, sampling subsurface oceans, and analyzing the chemical composition of these distant worlds, all without risking immediate failure on site. The moon's far side, shielded from Earth's radio interference, could also become an unparalleled observatory for deep space exploration. Radio telescopes placed on the lunar far side would offer unprecedented clarity in observing distant galaxies, supernovae, and other cosmic phenomena. They would capture faint signals from the universe's infancy, helping us understand how galaxies, stars, and planets first formed. The far side's quiet environment is also ideal for searching for signs of extraterrestrial intelligence, listening for potential signals from other civilizations that may be attempting to communicate across the cosmos. This observatory would not only enrich our understanding of the universe, but could also deepen humanity's sense of connection to the vast unknown. In the longer term, The moon's role in humanity's expansion might even extend to propulsion innovations that make interstellar travel feasible. Current propulsion methods, while effective for reaching nearby planets, are limited in speed and efficiency for traveling to distant star systems. Lunar research facilities could become the birthplace of advanced propulsion technologies, such as nuclear fusion, antimatter engines, or even concepts like the warp drive, long theorized but yet to be realized. The moon's low-gravity environment makes it an ideal testing site for these high-energy experiments, allowing scientists to conduct ambitious research that would be difficult to carry out on Earth. If realized, these propulsion systems could eventually make journeys to Alpha Centauri and other star systems achievable, taking humanity into the realm of true interstellar travel. The moon's evolution from a rocky satellite to a bustling center of civilization will not only redefine human capabilities, but will also inspire a new philosophy of exploration. Living on the moon and pushing outward into the cosmos forces humanity to confront questions of responsibility, ethics, and our place in the universe. As we venture into other worlds, we must grapple with how to balance exploration with preservation, and how to approach unknown worlds with respect and reverence. Lunar society, through its close relationship with Earth, may develop a set of cosmic ethics, a philosophy that emphasizes responsible exploration, environmental preservation, and a sense of stewardship for the universe. As humanity looks back from its future footholds across the solar system, the moon will remain a cherished part of our story. The moon will always symbolize the point where we first left Earth with the intention not just to visit, but to stay. It will be remembered as the proving ground for all the skills, knowledge, and values that enabled us to reach the stars. For generations to come, the moon will be seen not only as a home to pioneers and scientists, but as a beacon of hope, resilience, and human potential. As we expand outward, each world we touch will carry forward the lessons learned on the moon, spreading the spirit of exploration and unity. The moon is more than a stepping stone. It is the birthplace of humanity's cosmic era, the foundation upon which we build a future that spans worlds. In the end, the moon will remain our first outpost in the vast expanse, a place that marks the beginning of a journey with no end, a journey driven by the quest to understand the universe and our place within it. With every advance on the moon, we open new chapters in the story of human civilization, reaching deeper into the mysteries of space, the secrets of existence, and the boundless potential of life among the stars. The moon, a symbol of dreams and discovery, now stands as humanity's gateway to infinity, a world that will forever remind us of our capacity to dream, to strive, and to explore without limits. The future beckons, and with the moon as our foundation, humanity is ready to answer its call. As the moon becomes an established outpost for human civilization, our gaze shifts not only to the challenges of reaching further destinations, but also to the profound cultural, philosophical, and social transformations that life on the moon brings. Beyond the technical advancements and logistical feats, the moon offers a blank canvas for humanity to rethink, reshape, and redefine our own identity as a species. Living on the moon forces us to confront both our interconnectedness and our solitude, revealing insights into what it means to be human in an environment vastly different from Earth. In this next phase, we begin to see the moon as more than just a new home. It becomes a place where new forms of human expression, society, and philosophy are born. Life on the moon prompts a unique and powerful shift in perspective. Lunar residents, looking back at Earth from 384,000 kilometers away, will see our planet not as a vast, grounded world, but as a fragile, glowing sphere suspended in the cosmic expanse. This daily experience of seeing Earth from such a distance, its continents, oceans, and clouds softened by the lunar sky, will cultivate a collective awareness of Earth's beauty and fragility. Residents may develop a new kind of Earth consciousness, a profound sense of responsibility for the planet that transcends national borders and individual identities. This perspective could influence not only lunar society, but also attitudes and values on Earth, fostering a universal sense of stewardship and unity. Cultural practices on the moon will inevitably evolve, shaped by the rhythms and constraints of lunar life. With each lunar day lasting 29.5 Earth days, traditional concepts of time will no longer apply. A lunar society may develop its own calendar, marking moon days and moon nights that sync with the environment rather than Earth's 24-hour cycle. Holidays could be tied to significant lunar milestones, such as the anniversary of the first human settlement or the establishment of the first lunar university. This unique sense of time and celebration will forge an identity rooted in the moon's environment, distinct from Earth's conventions, but connected to a shared human heritage. Art and storytelling on the moon will also transform, reflecting the distinct experiences and challenges of lunar life. Artists, inspired by the stark beauty of the lunar landscape and the emotional distance from Earth, may create new forms of visual art, music, and literature that convey the otherworldly experience of living in space. These expressions could blend Earth's rich traditions with new themes of exploration, isolation, and cosmic wonder. For example, lunar artists might incorporate lunar regolith into sculptures, capturing the raw essence of the moon's surface, while musicians could experiment with low-gravity instruments, creating sounds that resonate differently in lunar habitats. Storytelling, too, might focus on tales of resilience, discovery, and community, building a cultural narrative that reflects the pioneering spirit of lunar society. Religious and spiritual practices may also find new forms on the moon, as residents grapple with questions about purpose, existence, and the vastness of the cosmos. While Earth's religions may continue to offer comfort and guidance, living on the moon could inspire new spiritual perspectives that emphasize unity with the cosmos and reverence for the universe. Lunar residents may gather in spaces designed for reflection and contemplation, where they can observe Earth and the stars, engaging in meditative practices that deepen their connection to the larger universe. New philosophies that merge scientific understanding with spiritual curiosity could emerge, encouraging a worldview that respects both the physical and metaphysical aspects of existence. Education on the moon will also take on a new dimension, preparing students not only with academic knowledge, but also with the skills and resilience needed for life in a harsh environment. Lunar schools and universities will teach subjects that reflect both Earth's legacy and the demands of lunar life, including courses in space agriculture, closed-loop recycling, low-gravity architecture, and lunar geology. Education will emphasize adaptability, teamwork, and problem-solving, instilling a mindset that values ingenuity and resourcefulness. Moreover, a lunar education could cultivate a deep sense of responsibility toward Earth, teaching students to value and protect their distant home planet, which they view from afar every day. Social structures on the moon will likely foster close-knit communities that prioritize collaboration, mutual support, and interdependence. With limited resources and a shared reliance on the infrastructure that sustains life, lunar society may evolve to emphasize communal values, where each resident plays a role in the survival and prosperity of the group. This social model could encourage a culture of inclusivity and cooperation, where decision-making is collaborative and leadership is fluid, adapting to the needs of the community. These values may ultimately influence Earth societies, inspiring new approaches to governance and social cohesion in increasingly interconnected but resource-limited environments. As lunar society grows, it will inevitably create its own myths, legends, and folklore, stories that speak to the challenges, victories, and mysteries of life on the moon. These tales might blend scientific achievements with imaginative elements, capturing the essence of lunar exploration in a way that inspires future generations. Stories of the first settlers, epic journeys across the lunar surface, or encounters with the unknown could become foundational myths, passed down through generations and shaping the identity of lunar society. These narratives would give meaning to the shared experience of lunar life, connecting residents to both their history on Earth and their new home on the moon. The moon's role as a hub for scientific discovery will expand, pushing the boundaries of human knowledge and reshaping our understanding of the universe. Research on the moon will likely yield breakthroughs in fields such as planetary science, astrophysics, and space medicine, with lunar laboratories and observatories advancing our understanding of everything from the early solar system to the potential for life on other worlds. The moon's far side, shielded from Earth's radio signals, will offer an ideal location for deep space observatories, capturing data on distant galaxies, black holes, and cosmic phenomena. These discoveries will fuel new questions, new theories, and new explorations, creating a feedback loop of curiosity and knowledge that propels humanity further into the cosmos. As humanity reaches out to Mars, the asteroid belt, and the moons of outer planets, the moon will remain a cherished part of this journey, a place where we learn to live beyond Earth. Lunar society will be a touchstone for future explorers, a place of both origin and inspiration, where the foundational skills, ethics, and resilience were forged. The moon will continue to serve as a bridge between Earth and the stars, a world that connects us to our past while pointing toward an ever-expanding future. The story of the moon will be one of transformation, from a distant dream to a home, a hub, and ultimately, a symbol of humanity's potential. With each generation, lunar society will evolve, building upon the achievements and lessons of those who first dared to live beyond Earth. The moon will become a place of profound human connection, where people from all backgrounds and nations come together, united by a shared purpose and a shared journey. As we continue to expand into the cosmos, the moon will always be a part of us, a reminder of the challenges we overcame, the values we upheld, and the limitless horizons we embraced. The moon will forever stand as a testament to human courage and curiosity, a beacon of light in the vastness of space, guiding us forward as we write the next chapters of our story among the stars. And as humanity ventures further into the unknown, the moon will remain our steady companion, a symbol of the dreams we dared to chase and the future we continue to create, one world at a time. As humanity continues to expand its presence on the moon, we approach a future where lunar society begins to function not just as an isolated outpost, but as an integrated, interdependent extension of human civilization. This next phase will see the moon transition into a bustling cosmic port, a pivotal waypoint that connects Earth to the wider solar system and even, eventually, to distant star systems. Every aspect of lunar life, from governance and economy to culture and exploration, will evolve to meet the demands of this expanded role, as the moon becomes not only a home for its residents, but a critical link in humanity's interplanetary network. In this new era, the moon will serve as a base for both crewed and robotic missions to Mars, the asteroid belt, and beyond, facilitating a steady flow of exploration and resource extraction across space. Lunar orbit will become a hub of activity, with spacecraft regularly arriving from Earth and departing from Mars, ferrying crew, cargo, and materials. Lunar refueling stations and manufacturing facilities will allow spacecraft to refuel and resupply without returning to Earth, dramatically reducing mission costs and making it possible to launch larger payloads and carry essential resources farther into the solar system. This network of interplanetary transport will transform lunar society into the linchpin of human expansion into space. With a more complex economy driven by interplanetary trade, the moon will develop its own industries, supporting not only its residents but also missions to Mars and other destinations. Lunar mining operations will extract metals, helium-3, and other valuable resources, which can either be used directly on the moon or transported to other locations in the solar system. Manufacturing facilities on the moon will produce parts, tools, and construction materials, using 3D printing and regolith-based building techniques to create components needed for space missions. Over time, the moon may even establish a thriving export economy, selling resources, technologies, and products that are essential to life and exploration in space. This economic growth will lead to a diversification of jobs and industries on the moon, attracting new residents and sparking the development of lunar towns and cities. As the moon's population grows, governance will take on new dimensions, balancing the needs of its diverse residents with the demands of interplanetary operations. A lunar governance structure will need to ensure fair resource distribution, environmental protection, and conflict resolution, fostering a society that values cooperation and responsibility. Decision-making on the Moon may adopt democratic models, where all residents have a voice in shaping policies that affect their lives, from trade and industry regulations to resource management and habitat development. The Moon's governance will also need to interact closely with Earth's institutions and organizations, establishing policies that align with international agreements and reflect the shared interests of all nations. This model of cooperative governance could become a blueprint for future societies on Mars and other celestial bodies, setting standards for interplanetary law and ethics. The legal system on the Moon will likely pioneer new approaches to property rights, resource allocation, and environmental stewardship. As different nations and private entities establish operations, it will be essential to create a framework that respects the unique characteristics of the lunar environment, ensuring that resource extraction is balanced with conservation. Protected areas, such as the Apollo landing sites and scientifically valuable regions, could be designated as lunar heritage sites, preserving them for future generations. The Moon's legal framework will also address issues of citizenship, residency, and commerce, defining the rights and responsibilities of lunar residents and laying the groundwork for a comprehensive system of interplanetary law. Lunar culture will also flourish, with a distinct identity shaped by the experiences, challenges, and triumphs of life on the Moon. As people from diverse backgrounds and Earth cultures settle on the Moon, a unique hybrid culture may emerge, blending elements of global traditions with new practices specific to lunar life. Festivals celebrating lunar milestones, such as the anniversary of the first settlement or the completion of the first lunar city, could become annual events, bringing residents together in celebration. Art, music, and literature will reflect the Moon's stark beauty and the profound experiences of those who live there, creating a cultural heritage that is distinct yet intertwined with Earth's. Education on the Moon will evolve to meet the needs of a growing, multi-generational population. Lunar schools and universities will teach students not only the skills needed to thrive in a low-gravity environment, but also the history of space exploration, the ethics of interplanetary expansion, and the principles of sustainability and cooperation. A lunar education will emphasize practical skills, such as habitat maintenance, space farming, and resource management, alongside academic subjects, creating a well-rounded curriculum that prepares students for life both on the Moon and in future space colonies. Over time, the Moon may become a global center for space education, attracting students, researchers, and educators from around the world. As interplanetary travel becomes more common, the Moon will also play a central role in advancing space medicine. Medical facilities on the Moon will treat conditions unique to low-gravity environments, such as muscle and bone density loss, radiation exposure, and psychological effects of isolation. Advances in telemedicine, robotic surgery, and AI-driven diagnostics will ensure that lunar residents receive high-quality care, even at a distance from Earth. These medical advancements could be shared with Mars colonies and other future settlements, establishing a standard of healthcare that is effective across multiple worlds. Lunar medicine may also contribute to Earth's healthcare systems, offering new treatments and technologies that benefit humanity as a whole. Beyond its practical contributions, the Moon will continue to serve as a focal point for philosophical and ethical reflection. Living on the Moon, residents will have a daily reminder of Earth's fragility and beauty, inspiring new perspectives on environmental stewardship, resource conservation, and humanity's relationship with the cosmos. Lunar residents, faced with the challenges of survival and sustainability, may develop ethical principles that emphasize respect for all environments, whether on Earth, the Moon, or other worlds. These principles could influence Earth's environmental policies, fostering a global ethic of conservation that values both the natural world and the responsible use of resources in space. The Moon's transformation into a bustling cosmic port will also deepen humanity's connection to the cosmos, inspiring future generations to pursue careers in space exploration, science, and technology. With regular transport between Earth and the Moon, people on Earth will have more direct access to lunar discoveries, technology, and culture, fostering a sense of interconnectedness across worlds. Schools on Earth may partner with lunar schools, allowing students to collaborate on projects and share experiences, further bridging the gap between planets. This interplanetary connection could inspire a new era of exploration, where humanity is united by a shared vision of discovery, innovation, and progress. In the coming centuries, the moon may serve as humanity's launch pad to even greater endeavors, such as interstellar exploration. With propulsion technologies advancing and new energy sources emerging, the moon could support the development of faster, more efficient spacecraft capable of reaching distant star systems. Research facilities on the moon will explore revolutionary propulsion methods, such as nuclear fusion, antimatter engines, or even light sails, bringing interstellar travel within reach. The moon's role as a testing ground for these technologies will enable humanity to take its first steps beyond the solar system, reaching for new worlds and new civilizations in the vastness of the galaxy. As humanity reaches for the stars, the moon will forever remain a cornerstone of our journey, a place where we learn to build, innovate, and thrive in a new environment. It will be remembered as our first true home beyond Earth, a place where our values, knowledge, and culture evolved in response to the challenges of space. Future generations will look to the moon as a symbol of human achievement and resilience, a place where we dared to push beyond the familiar and embrace the unknown. The moon's legacy will be one of unity, discovery, and expansion. It will stand as a reminder of humanity's boundless potential, a testament to the courage and vision that carried us from Earth to the cosmos. With every milestone on the moon, we come closer to realizing a future where humanity lives and thrives across multiple worlds, exploring, learning, and evolving as we reach for new horizons. As we continue to build, innovate, and explore, the moon will remain our constant companion, a symbol of the dreams we turn into reality and the future we continue to create. It is here, on the moon, that humanity's journey among the stars truly begins, igniting a legacy of exploration that will echo across the cosmos for generations to come. And as we look back on our first steps beyond Earth, we will see the moon not just as a destination, but as the foundation of a civilization that spans the stars, a beacon of hope and possibility lighting the way forward. As the moon solidifies its role as humanity's gateway to the cosmos, the advancements and experiences gained there serve as a springboard for an even more audacious vision. An interconnected solar system where human civilization exists not only on the moon and Mars, but across a network of space stations, asteroid habitats, and planetary colonies. This future, rooted in the pioneering work on the moon, would transform our solar system into a bustling hub of human activity, knowledge sharing, and cultural exchange, fundamentally reshaping humanity's relationship with space and with each other. The moon, with its established infrastructure, becomes the cornerstone of a solar highway, a series of refueling stations, research outposts, and industrial hubs strategically placed to support exploration and expansion throughout the solar system. This network would include stations on asteroids, orbiting laboratories around planets, and even small colonies on moons like Europa or Titan. Each outpost would serve a unique purpose. The moon as a refueling and manufacturing base, Mars as a research hub and potential source of raw materials, asteroid stations as waypoints for resource extraction, and Europa or Titan as scientific sites for studying potential extraterrestrial life. As the central node in this network, the moon's infrastructure will evolve to accommodate the needs of solar system-wide exploration. Large-scale lunar manufacturing plants will refine techniques for using lunar regolith to produce construction materials, fuel, and essential supplies for habitats. These facilities will advance the capabilities of 3D printing and robotics, enabling the rapid construction of structures suited for a variety of planetary environments. The moon's experience with in-situ resource utilization, ISRU, will set the standard for sustainable settlement on Mars, asteroids, and other distant worlds, where reliance on local resources is essential for long-term survival. The moon's orbital spaceports, already active with Earth-Moon transport, will become key launch sites for missions beyond Mars. With advanced propulsion systems developed and tested on the moon, such as nuclear thermal engines, ion drives, and even experimental fusion propulsion, spacecraft will depart from lunar orbit with increased efficiency, minimizing the need for Earth-based support. These lunar launch stations will reduce travel times to Mars, Ceres, and the asteroid belt, bringing the dream of a fully connected solar system closer to reality. Over time, the Moon's role in facilitating these interplanetary journeys will make it indispensable, creating a network where every station, outpost, and colony is interlinked in a web of exploration and commerce. Alongside these advancements, the economy of the Moon will become highly diversified and complex, with new industries emerging to meet the needs of a multiplanetary civilization. Mining operations will expand, targeting not only lunar resources, but also processing materials brought from asteroid mining missions. Refineries on the Moon will specialize in preparing these materials for use in spacecraft construction, energy production, and even agriculture in space. As the economy grows, so will employment opportunities, attracting engineers, scientists, medical professionals, and entrepreneurs from Earth, Mars, and eventually from other colonies across the solar system. Lunar-based enterprises may pioneer new technologies and industries, from sustainable space farming to space tourism, adding a uniquely lunar flavor to the broader space economy. With a rising population and a flourishing economy, lunar governance will need to evolve into a sophisticated system that addresses the needs of a highly diverse, multinational, and interplanetary community. Governance structures on the Moon may become a model of interplanetary cooperation, integrating laws and policies that consider not only lunar residents, but also the relationships between the Moon, Earth, Mars, and other settlements. A lunar council, possibly with representatives from Earth-based space agencies, private companies, and lunar inhabitants, could oversee trade, resource allocation, and environmental protections, fostering a stable and equitable society. This council might even serve as the precursor to a solar alliance, a collaborative organization that governs interactions and policies across planetary colonies. The unique lifestyle and experiences on the Moon will further shape its distinct cultural identity, influencing art, literature, music, and philosophy in profound ways. Lunar culture will reflect a blend of Earth's diversity with the pioneering spirit of space exploration, creating a heritage that celebrates resilience, adaptability, and interconnectedness. Art and literature produced on the Moon will capture themes of isolation and discovery, the stark beauty of the lunar landscape, and the daily reminder of Earth shining in the sky. Musicians and artists might create works that resonate with the lower gravity and vast silence of the lunar surface, inventing entirely new forms of expression that honor the Moon's unique environment. Festivals and traditions unique to the Moon will become cherished, marking moments of achievement, remembrance, and unity, strengthening a sense of belonging among lunar residents. The Moon will also play a central role in solar system-wide education and research. Lunar universities, specializing in fields like planetary science, engineering for extreme environments, and space medicine, will attract students from across the solar system. Collaborative research projects will connect lunar scientists with colleagues on Earth, Mars, and orbital stations, fostering a multi-world academic community that shares knowledge and expertise. Educational institutions on the Moon will be foundational in training the next generation of explorers, scientists, and engineers who will lead humanity's expansion into ever more distant reaches of the solar system. As humanity's cosmic footprint grows, the philosophical implications of lunar life will continue to deepen. Living on the Moon provides a daily reminder of Earth's beauty and fragility, encouraging a renewed commitment to environmental stewardship and a sense of responsibility toward all worlds. This lunar perspective will shape a new cosmic philosophy that values exploration tempered with respect, inspiring future generations to approach each new world with reverence and care. The Moon, as humanity's first permanent home beyond Earth, will set the ethical foundation for exploration, helping us balance the drive to discover with the need to protect and preserve. In the broader context of humanity's journey through the solar system, the Moon will stand as both an anchor and a launch pad, a place where civilizations converge, interact, and evolve. Each new milestone on the moon will bring us closer to a truly interplanetary existence, where Earth, the Moon, Mars, and other colonies form a single, connected society. The moon will be a place where ideas, cultures, and technologies from different worlds merge, creating a vibrant, dynamic society that continually pushes the boundaries of human potential. As we look further into the future, the moon may even become the birthplace of humanity's first interstellar missions. With advanced propulsion systems and new forms of energy harvested from lunar resources, the moon will provide the infrastructure needed to send spacecraft to distant star systems. Interstellar probes, launched from lunar orbit, could venture to Proxima Centauri or other nearby stars, carrying humanity's curiosity and spirit of discovery beyond our solar system. The moon, once our final destination, will be transformed into a true gateway to the stars, marking the beginning of a new era of exploration that extends far beyond the sun's reach. In this future, the moon will forever remain a cherished part of our story, a place where we learn to live among the stars, a place that bridged the gap between Earth and the cosmos. Its legacy will be etched in the memories of every colony, every spacecraft, and every world that humanity touches. The moon will be celebrated as the first world where humans found a home outside of Earth, a place of innovation, resilience, and unity. It will be remembered not just as a stepping stone, but as the foundation of a civilization that spans worlds. Each generation that looks up at the moon, whether from Earth or a distant planet, will see it as a symbol of human courage, vision, and perseverance. They will know that it was on the moon that humanity first realized its potential to expand beyond a single world, to connect and cooperate across the vastness of space. The moon, our first celestial neighbor, will forever serve as a reminder of the path we traveled and the boundless future that awaits. As humanity moves ever outward, reaching for Mars, the asteroid belt, and even the stars, the moon will remain our guiding light, a beacon that calls us to explore, to learn, and to grow. Its legacy will echo through the cosmos, inspiring new generations to embrace the unknown, to push beyond boundaries, and to carry the dreams of Earth into the infinite possibilities of the universe. With the moon as our starting point, the story of human civilization expands into a grand, unending journey, a journey that redefines who we are, where we come from, and where we are destined to go. As humanity continues to establish itself on the moon, a new era dawns, one in which lunar society becomes self-sufficient and evolves into a thriving, autonomous civilization. This transformation signifies humanity's transition from exploration to habitation, where the moon is no longer just a scientific outpost or gateway, but a living, breathing world with its own identity, culture, and innovations. This phase marks the culmination of generations of effort, vision, and determination, as the moon matures into a society that functions independently of Earth, setting a profound precedent for humanity's future among the stars. Self-sufficiency on the moon will be driven by advances in agriculture, energy production, and resource management. Initially dependent on Earth for supplies, lunar colonies will develop systems to meet their own needs, using closed-loop recycling, sustainable agriculture, and in-situ resource utilization. Hydroponic and aeroponic farms, initially small-scale, will evolve into extensive agricultural systems capable of producing a wide variety of fruits, vegetables, and even grains. These systems will be refined to use minimal water and maximize nutrient efficiency, allowing lunar society to achieve food security without relying on Earth-based imports. Over time, these agricultural techniques could be adapted to produce more complex food sources, including proteins grown from algae, fungi, or lab-grown meat, creating a self-sustaining lunar food supply. Energy independence will be essential for a truly self-sufficient lunar society. Solar power stations, strategically placed in areas of near-permanent sunlight at the lunar poles, will provide reliable energy. Energy storage solutions, such as advanced batteries and fuel cells, will ensure power during the long lunar nights. As lunar technology progresses, small modular nuclear reactors and even fusion power could be developed to provide consistent, renewable energy. This energy independence will not only support daily life, but will also fuel lunar industries, enabling large-scale manufacturing, construction, and research to flourish without Earth support. With resources abundant in the lunar regolith, the Moon will develop its own industrial base, capable of producing tools, parts, and construction materials directly from lunar soil. Lunar residents will use advanced 3D printing, automated factories, and robotics to manufacture items on demand, from everyday essentials to complex machinery. Mining operations will extract elements like silicon, aluminum, and iron, which can be processed and used in construction, manufacturing, and electronics. As lunar technology advances, materials like glass, ceramics, and specialized alloys will be produced locally, allowing the Moon to establish a circular economy where waste is minimized and materials are continually reused and repurposed. The Moon's transition to a self-sustaining economy will be marked by the development of lunar-made goods and services that are unique to its environment. Lunar residents will produce specialized materials and products designed for low-gravity conditions, as well as technologies optimized for space exploration. These innovations may include lightweight construction materials, advanced spacesuit designs, and durable electronics engineered to withstand the Moon's extreme temperatures and radiation. These products, initially designed for lunar society, could find applications across the solar system, with Earth, Mars, and space stations seeking out lunar goods for their unique properties. As the economy matures, lunar society will develop its own currency and financial systems. This currency, initially backed by the value of lunar exports or tied to Earth's currency, could evolve into a fully independent economic system, fostering trade both within lunar society and with other planetary colonies. A digital currency system, perhaps based on blockchain technology, would allow for secure, decentralized transactions, enabling lunar residents to engage in trade, investment, and commerce independently of Earth. With this economic autonomy, lunar society would attract entrepreneurs, investors, and innovators, creating a dynamic economic environment driven by creativity, cooperation, and self-reliance. The cultural landscape of the Moon will flourish as residents develop their own traditions, art, and social norms. Over time, a uniquely lunar culture will emerge, influenced by the Moon's environment, history, and diversity of inhabitants. Traditions may evolve around the lunar day and night cycle, with festivals celebrating the Lunar New Year at each sunrise or commemorations of significant milestones in lunar history. Art forms will reflect the stark beauty of the lunar landscape, while music, literature, and performance art will capture the emotional experiences of living in a world that is both familiar and profoundly different from Earth. Lunar culture will blend the perspectives of settlers from around the world, creating a heritage that is rich, resilient, and distinctly lunar. Social life on the Moon will be structured around tight-knit communities that emphasize cooperation, empathy, and mutual support. With resources carefully managed and a need for collective well-being, lunar society may prioritize social values that support harmony and unity. Residents will live in close proximity, fostering bonds that are strengthened by shared experiences, challenges, and triumphs. Community centers, public spaces, and cultural venues will play central roles in lunar life, providing gathering places where people can share stories, celebrate achievements, and form a collective identity. This emphasis on community will become a core value of lunar society, creating a supportive environment where every resident feels connected and valued. As lunar society grows, education will be essential in nurturing a generation of skilled, knowledgeable individuals who understand the intricacies of life on the Moon. Schools and universities will focus on space-specific subjects, such as low-gravity physics, lunar agriculture, and space habitat engineering, while also instilling a sense of responsibility for their environment and community. Education on the Moon will emphasize problem-solving, adaptability, and resilience, preparing young residents for the challenges of lunar life and for the wider opportunities that await them throughout the solar system. With each new generation, lunar society will deepen its knowledge, culture, and capabilities, gradually becoming an independent civilization that can thrive without Earth's support. As lunar residents become fully adapted to their environment, their perspective on Earth will likely transform. While they will retain a deep connection to humanity's shared home, their identity will shift to reflect their unique experiences as inhabitants of another world. This new identity, which might be called Lunarian, would emphasize exploration, resilience, and innovation. Lunar residents may see themselves as part of a broader human family, yet with a distinct sense of purpose and vision that unites them as pioneers of a new era. This Lunarian identity will inspire a culture that values interplanetary cooperation, responsibility toward all celestial bodies, and a vision for humanity's place among the stars. Lunar governance will evolve to reflect this independence, establishing a fully autonomous political system that upholds the values and needs of its residents. A lunar constitution, crafted to protect rights, ensure equality, and promote sustainability, would serve as the foundation of this governance. Decision-making might rely on democratic principles, with representatives elected by lunar residents and policies enacted through collective agreement. A council of lunar representatives accountable to the population could oversee essential aspects of life on the moon, from resource management to environmental protection. This governance model would be a landmark achievement, a testament to humanity's capacity to create just and sustainable societies beyond Earth. In the centuries to come, the moon's independence will set the stage for humanity's expansion into the cosmos. The moon, as the first off-world civilization, will serve as a beacon of what is possible, guiding future colonies on Mars, in the asteroid belt, and even in the outer solar system. These colonies, inspired by the moon's achievements, will adopt the principles and innovations pioneered by lunar society, creating a network of interplanetary communities united by shared values and goals. The moon's legacy will be woven into the fabric of human civilization, a foundational chapter in the story of our journey beyond Earth. Future generations, whether on Earth, Mars, or a distant colony in another star system, will look to the moon as a symbol of courage, resilience, and unity. They will remember it as the place where humanity learned to thrive in space, where we overcame the challenges of isolation, scarcity, and distance to build a self-sustaining, vibrant society. The moon will remain a cherished part of human history, a reminder of the boldness that led us to explore, to adapt, and to create a new world among the stars. As humanity's journey continues, the moon will forever be our anchor, a constant companion in the night sky and a symbol of our potential. Its mountains, craters, and plains will hold stories of triumph and determination, inspiring those who look upon it to pursue their own dreams of discovery. The moon, our first outpost, our cosmic home, will remain a testament to what humanity can achieve when we reach beyond the limits of our world and embrace the infinite possibilities of the universe. With the moon as our foundation, the story of human civilization stretches into the cosmos, a story that has only just begun, carrying with it the hopes, dreams, and endless curiosity that define us as explorers, creators, and inhabitants of the stars. As lunar society becomes an established civilization, the moon's evolution takes on profound significance, not only for its residents but for all of humanity. The moon, once just an astronomical wonder and destination, transforms into an enduring legacy, a place where the story of human civilization expands to new dimensions. This mature lunar society, self-sustained and flourishing, offers a vision of resilience, adaptability, and unity, a beacon of possibility that reflects humanity's highest aspirations. From this point forward, the moon is no longer a stepping stone, but an integral part of human civilization, with a culture, economy, and purpose that transcend its physical boundaries. With generations of residents now calling the moon home, the very fabric of lunar life has been woven with unique cultural and social norms. A new generation of Lunarians is born with a distinct perspective, a worldview that embraces both their heritage on Earth and their identity as inhabitants of the moon. These Lunarians inherit a culture rich in tradition, art, and a deep respect for their lunar environment. Their stories, songs, and celebrations reflect both the challenges and the beauty of life on the moon, forming a collective identity that is deeply rooted in the lunar landscape. One defining characteristic of this society is its emphasis on sustainability and respect for all celestial environments. Lunar residents, having developed advanced closed-loop systems and perfected resource efficiency, live by principles that minimize waste and maximize reuse, driven by necessity and respect for their limited resources. This ethos, originally born out of survival, becomes a core value of Lunarian society, influencing everything from architecture and manufacturing to community rituals and celebrations. Over time, this commitment to sustainability transcends necessity and becomes an integral part of the lunar cultural identity, a model for how humanity might live harmoniously within planetary limits. The moon's governance, now a sophisticated system of self-rule, has evolved into a stable political structure that is both inclusive and participatory. Each resident has a voice in matters affecting the community, from resource management to education and environmental stewardship. This governance system embodies the values of transparency, equity, and unity, with representatives elected by the population and policies crafted to reflect the collective will. The Lunar Charter, a foundational document enshrining these rights and values, stands as a testament to the commitment of Lunarians to create a society that promotes well-being, fairness, and a deep respect for both their home and the cosmos. Economically, the moon has achieved remarkable autonomy, fueled by industries that leverage its unique environment and resources. Mining operations extract and process valuable elements like helium-3, titanium, and rare earth metals, not only meeting the needs of lunar society, but also supporting interplanetary trade. As lunar industries grow, the moon becomes a major exporter of specialized goods and technologies, providing innovations designed for low gravity and space environments. Lunar architecture, engineering, and materials science, all refined on the moon, find applications across the solar system, from Mars colonies to asteroid mining stations, creating a robust and interplanetary economy. The moon's thriving art scene has grown into a vital part of its culture, a medium through which Lunarians express their unique experiences and environment. Artists on the moon are inspired by the dramatic landscape and the profound solitude of lunar life. Sculptors, for example, use lunar regolith to create monumental art installations that capture the essence of the moon, while musicians compose pieces that resonate with the silence of space and the distant glow of Earth. Literature and storytelling reflect the duality of life on the moon, a life that is simultaneously connected to Earth and yet profoundly different. These artistic expressions contribute to a rich cultural heritage, celebrated by Lunarians and shared with people across the solar system. Lunar society's spiritual and philosophical life has also blossomed, shaped by the awe-inspiring views of Earth and the cosmos. Many residents develop practices that honor both the interconnectedness of life and the vastness of the universe. Some gatherings take place under the view of Earth, where Lunarians reflect on their place within the greater cosmos, seeking meaning in the shared human journey from Earth to the stars. Philosophies emerge that blend scientific understanding with a reverence for the unknown, encouraging respect for all celestial bodies and a commitment to exploring responsibly and mindfully. This cosmic perspective, nurtured by life on the moon, becomes a guiding philosophy for lunar society and a beacon of wisdom for humanity as a whole. Education on the moon, too, has reached remarkable heights, fostering a generation of thinkers, scientists, and innovators who are deeply attuned to both the challenges and opportunities of space life. Lunar schools and universities offer an expansive curriculum, from the humanities to cutting-edge space sciences, preparing students to lead in fields like space ecology, low-gravity architecture, and interplanetary diplomacy. Education is designed to cultivate curiosity, resilience, and adaptability, teaching students not only technical skills, but also the values of cooperation, respect, and environmental stewardship. Lunar education becomes renowned throughout the solar system, attracting students from Mars, Earth, and beyond who seek to learn from the moon's pioneering experience in sustainable, off-world living. The moon's identity as an independent world is further solidified by its role in interplanetary diplomacy and peacekeeping. As a neutral ground, the moon hosts conferences, trade negotiations, and cultural exchanges between Earth, Mars, and other colonies, fostering a spirit of cooperation that transcends planetary boundaries. The Moon's commitment to neutrality and diplomacy has earned it a unique status in the solar system, a place where different worlds can come together to resolve differences, share knowledge, and chart the future of human civilization. The Lunar Council, composed of representatives from across the solar system, convenes regularly on the Moon, crafting policies that promote unity, peaceful exploration, and the responsible use of resources. With its self-sufficiency, cultural richness, and diplomatic role, the Moon becomes a model for future space societies, inspiring the colonies of Mars, the asteroid belt, and beyond. The Moon's experience offers a template for building self-sustaining, resilient communities that honor their environment and uphold shared values. As human civilization expands, each new settlement looks to the Moon as a symbol of what is possible, a reminder that humanity's place in the cosmos is one of interconnected worlds, united by shared dreams and responsibilities. The Moon's legacy influences governance, culture, and ethics across the solar system, serving as a blueprint for a civilization that respects its limits while embracing the infinite. In the centuries to come, the Moon may even inspire humanity's first interstellar missions. With advanced propulsion and energy systems perfected on the Moon, probes and eventually crewed missions may set out for neighboring star systems. As the Moon supports humanity's farthest journeys, it will stand as a bridge between our origins on Earth and our future among the stars. Future generations will look back at the Moon not only as a world of its own, but as a symbol of the first great leap toward a multi-planetary, and perhaps even interstellar civilization. Through it all, the Moon will remain a cherished part of humanity's story. Its landscapes, illuminated by Earthlight, etched by the footsteps of pioneers, and marked by the structures of a thriving society, will tell the story of human resilience, unity, and vision. The Moon, once a distant goal, has become a home, a cultural center, and a gateway, forever intertwined with the history of humankind. As humanity spreads across the solar system, the Moon will remain a beacon of hope, a place that exemplifies what we can achieve when we work together, dream beyond boundaries, and rise to challenges. Its legacy will inspire future explorers, guiding them as they push even further into the cosmos, knowing that they are part of a lineage that began with the first human steps on its surface. The Moon, our first celestial neighbor, will forever symbolize the courage and curiosity that define us, a touchstone for every new world we reach. And as we look up at the Moon from distant worlds, we will see not just a satellite or a colony, but the birthplace of human civilization's cosmic era, a place that turned dreams into reality, transformed aspirations into culture, and built a legacy that will endure across the stars. The Moon's story is humanity's story, a testament to our enduring spirit and our boundless quest for discovery, a journey that began on Earth, blossomed on the Moon, and will continue to shape the universe. As the Moon stands as a thriving civilization and cultural beacon, humanity's sights expand beyond its orbit to encompass the solar system's outer reaches, propelled by a new confidence born from our lunar success. With the Moon as both a cherished home and a launch pad for humanity's grandest ambitions, we enter a new era where the entire solar system becomes not just accessible, but intimately connected. The Moon's lessons, technologies, and social innovations form the cornerstone of a civilization that reaches out to Mars, the asteroid belt, and the icy moons of Jupiter and Saturn, weaving a web of human presence across space. Mars, as the next logical frontier, benefits directly from the groundwork laid on the Moon. The success of lunar self-sufficiency, closed-loop life support, sustainable energy, and resource extraction is applied to the unique challenges of Martian life, where a more complex atmosphere, seasonal dust storms, and a colder climate present new hurdles. Mars colonists rely on the Moon's technological advancements in agriculture and water recycling, refined further to suit Martian conditions. The agricultural innovations that began in lunar greenhouses are adapted to Martian soil and climate, creating biodomes that support lush ecosystems, marking the first steps toward terraforming, or at least making Mars habitable for human life over time. As Mars develops, interplanetary trade routes begin to form, with the Moon acting as a crucial hub. Cargo ships and transport vessels move between Earth, the Moon, Mars, and other key points in the solar system, carrying goods, resources, and information. The Moon's orbit becomes the crossroads of space, bustling with activity as spacecraft ferry cargo and people in all directions. The Moon's mining and manufacturing industries provide essential supplies and construction materials to Martian colonies, while Mars, rich in certain minerals and organic resources, sends back goods and raw materials to the lunar economy. This trade network, guided by lunar infrastructure, creates an interdependent economy that binds these worlds together. The asteroid belt, with its wealth of metals and minerals, becomes a focal point of exploration and resource extraction. Lunar industries, equipped with the expertise in mining and resource utilization, send robotic mining fleets and human-led expeditions to the asteroid belt, extracting metals like platinum, nickel, and iron, which are then refined in lunar facilities. These materials, vital for both lunar infrastructure and Earth's industries, transform the Moon into a powerhouse of industrial activity. The economic boom sparked by asteroid mining feeds into lunar society, supporting further technological innovation and cultural expansion. Lunar scientists and engineers continually refine mining techniques, establishing remote-operated systems and autonomous robots that increase productivity while minimizing human risk. As human reach extends further into the solar system, the moons of Jupiter and Saturn emerge as intriguing outposts for scientific research and exploration. Europa, with its subsurface ocean beneath an icy crust, becomes a prime location for studying the potential for extraterrestrial life. Lunar expertise in radiation shielding and extreme environment engineering is applied to Europa's icy shell, where robotic probes and human outposts begin to explore the possibility of life beneath its frozen exterior. Research bases on Europa and Saturn's Enceladus, equipped with equipment designed and manufactured on the Moon, probe these alien oceans, sending back data that could answer one of humanity's oldest questions: are we alone in the universe? As the solar system becomes increasingly interconnected, the Moon's role as a mediator and diplomat grows. Lunar society, with its emphasis on cooperation and environmental responsibility, helps guide the formation of interplanetary governance systems that promote peaceful exploration, resource sharing, and ethical considerations. A solar union forms, a coalition of representatives from Earth, the Moon, Mars, and other colonies, who work together to draft policies that ensure fair trade, environmental protections, and respect for all planetary environments. This coalition, headquartered on the Moon, becomes the first governing body in human history that transcends a single planet, uniting different worlds under a shared vision of peace, exploration, and sustainability. With its position as the center of interplanetary diplomacy, the Moon also develops a rich cultural and intellectual life that reflects its status as a cosmic capital. Its universities become centers of learning for students from across the solar system, offering courses in interplanetary law, space medicine, and multi-world economics. The arts flourish, with lunar museums, theaters, and concert halls celebrating the diverse heritage of Earth's cultures while embracing new, space-inspired forms of expression. Literature, film, and visual art explore themes of interplanetary migration, adaptation, and identity, capturing the experiences of life spread across different worlds. The Moon's cultural institutions become symbols of unity, preserving Earth's heritage while pioneering a shared culture that resonates with people on Mars, asteroids, and distant moons. Religious and philosophical thought on the Moon evolves as residents grapple with profound questions about existence, the human journey, and the nature of life in the cosmos. A unique lunar spirituality emerges, shaped by the constant view of Earth from a distance, the quiet solitude of the lunar landscape, and the challenges of sustaining life in space. This spirituality, which may blend elements of traditional religions with new cosmic philosophies, emphasizes humanity's connection to the universe, the responsibility to protect planetary environments, and the pursuit of knowledge with reverence. This perspective influences thinking across the solar system, encouraging a sense of stewardship and respect for every world we touch. Advancements in space medicine on the moon have far-reaching implications, improving health outcomes for people across different planetary colonies. Lunar researchers develop treatments for the effects of low gravity on the human body, new strategies for radiation protection, and mental health support systems tailored to the psychological demands of space life. These innovations benefit not only lunar residents, but also people on Mars, Europa, and other colonies, as lunar medical institutions share their expertise across worlds. Lunar hospitals become renowned for their expertise, attracting patients from across the solar system and serving as training centers for medical professionals in space health. The moon's educational system expands to offer programs tailored to the needs of a multi-planetary society. Students on the moon study alongside peers from Mars, Earth, and beyond, learning about diverse planetary environments, interplanetary governance, and the unique challenges of space life. Lunar universities become renowned centers for innovation and research, offering degrees in everything from bioengineering for space environments to cosmic sociology. These institutions not only prepare students for life in space, but also cultivate a shared sense of identity that bridges planetary boundaries, uniting students under a common goal of advancing human knowledge and sustainability across the solar system. As generations of Lunarians continue to grow up and form their identities, the moon becomes more than a home. It becomes a beacon of hope and inspiration for humanity's future. Children born on the moon, educated within a culture that values unity, sustainability, and exploration, grow up with a profound connection to both their lunar environment and the larger human story. They inherit a legacy of courage and curiosity, knowing that their community on the moon is part of something vast and meaningful, a journey that began on Earth and continues to unfold among the stars. In this future, the moon's influence extends even to the dreams of interstellar travel. With technologies refined on the moon, humanity prepares to launch its first probes toward other star systems, embarking on missions that will carry the spirit of exploration beyond the boundaries of the solar system. The moon, a launch pad for humanity's cosmic dreams, becomes the birthplace of interstellar civilization. As each mission departs from lunar orbit, humanity steps further into the unknown, driven by the same desire to understand and explore that brought us to the moon in the first place. Ultimately, the moon's transformation from a barren satellite to a thriving civilization reflects humanity's ability to adapt, innovate, and expand. It stands as a testament to the boundless potential within us, a symbol of what we can achieve when we dream beyond limitations. Future generations, whether on Earth, Mars, or a colony orbiting a distant star, will look to the moon as the origin of humanity's cosmic journey, a world that embodies our resilience, creativity, and unity. As we continue to build and explore, the moon remains our anchor, our first home among the stars, and a reminder of the journey we undertook together. Its landscapes, illuminated by Earthlight and marked by the footprints of pioneers, will forever tell the story of humanity's journey to the cosmos, a story that began with a single step on lunar soil and continues to unfold across the vastness of space. The moon, our closest neighbor, will remain an eternal symbol of human courage and wonder, lighting the way for all who dare to look up and dream. And as we reach further into the cosmos, each world we touch will carry the legacy of the moon, a world where humanity first learned to live beyond Earth, where we first dreamed of a future without boundaries, and where we set our sights on the infinite. As the moon becomes a fully integrated part of a sprawling, interplanetary society, humanity embarks on a new chapter where our civilization spans multiple worlds and evolves in ways once thought impossible. The moon, now a bustling hub of trade, culture, and innovation, serves as both a symbol of humanity's ambition and a foundation for our ever-expanding reach across the cosmos. The solar system, once a realm of mystery and distant planets, transforms into a network of interconnected colonies, research stations, and habitats, each one contributing to a collective human identity that spans planets, moons, and space stations. With the moon as our anchor, humanity's reach extends to Mars, where settlements grow from small research outposts into thriving cities. Mars, with its atmosphere, seasonal cycles, and potential for terraforming, offers a unique environment for developing agriculture, industry, and society on a planetary scale. Here, lunar expertise in resource management and sustainability is applied on a grander scale, turning barren landscapes into greenhouses and biodomes that support self-sufficient communities. These Martian cities, inspired by lunar architecture and environmental engineering, become centers of innovation where humans adapt to new climates, cultures, and ways of life. Between Earth, the Moon, and Mars, trade and communication flourish, creating an economic system that drives prosperity and interdependence across worlds. The Moon's spaceports are at the heart of this system, bustling with cargo ships, passenger transports, and supply vessels. Goods, raw materials, and even artistic works flow freely between planets, fostering a vibrant economy that includes everything from high-tech manufacturing to cultural exports. Martian minerals, lunar construction materials, and Earth's abundant biological resources circulate in an economic network that binds these worlds together, creating an interplanetary marketplace where every colony benefits from the others. As this trade network expands, the asteroid belt becomes a focal point for resource extraction and scientific research. Lunar mining technology, now highly advanced, makes asteroid mining feasible, allowing humans to access metals and minerals that fuel industry across the solar system. Bases on larger asteroids, such as Ceres, become industrial hubs where resources are processed and distributed to colonies on Mars, the Moon, and Earth. These asteroid stations operate autonomously with support from lunar engineers and scientists, demonstrating humanity's capability to sustain life and industry in even the most remote corners of the solar system. Beyond the asteroid belt, humanity's curiosity leads us to the icy moons of Jupiter and Saturn, where we establish research stations to study the potential for life beneath frozen surfaces. Europa, with its subsurface ocean, and Enceladus, with its geysers of water vapor, are primary targets for exploring the possibilities of alien ecosystems. The Moon, with its expertise in radiation shielding, robotics, and extreme environment engineering, supports these missions by developing technologies that allow scientists to probe these icy worlds safely. These research stations serve as humanity's first bases in the outer solar system, fostering a new generation of exploration that pushes the boundaries of what is possible. As humanity becomes a multi-world civilization, our governance systems evolve to meet the needs of an interconnected society. The Moon, with its tradition of cooperation and diplomacy, becomes the seat of an interplanetary council that represents Earth, Mars, asteroid colonies, and distant research stations. This council, headquartered in a lunar city, oversees policies related to trade, environmental stewardship, resource allocation, and conflict resolution. It represents a new form of governance that transcends planetary boundaries, reflecting humanity's unity as a civilization that spans worlds. This council, known as the Solar Union, becomes a powerful force for peace and prosperity, establishing rules and norms that protect the rights of every resident across the solar system. The development of an interplanetary legal framework is essential for maintaining harmony among colonies with diverse needs and environments. Laws are crafted to ensure that planetary resources are used responsibly and that every colony, from the smallest asteroid outpost to the largest Martian city, has fair access to shared resources. Environmental protections become a cornerstone of this legal system, inspired by the Moon's principles of sustainability and respect for celestial environments. The Solar Union enforces these protections, ensuring that every planetary body is treated with care and that humanity's expansion does not come at the cost of the solar system's natural beauty and scientific value. With multiple generations growing up on the Moon, Mars, and beyond, humanity's identity evolves to embrace a cosmopolitan, multi-world perspective. Children born on different worlds develop a shared heritage that is rooted in both their individual planets and in the broader human story. Schools across the solar system teach students about the diverse environments and cultures of their neighboring worlds, fostering a sense of unity that transcends distance. Lunar students, for instance, study alongside Martian peers through virtual platforms, learning about each other's unique experiences and perspectives, building a generation that sees humanity as interconnected and interdependent. The arts flourish across worlds, reflecting the experiences and environments of each settlement. On the Moon, artists continue to be inspired by Earth's distant glow, the silence of space, and the unique challenges of lunar life. Martian artists create works that capture the vast, red landscapes and the promise of transformation, while those on Europa or Enceladus explore the mysterious, icy realms that surround them. Literature, music, and film explore themes of migration, adaptation, and exploration, capturing the diverse realities of life on multiple worlds. Festivals celebrating interplanetary unity and shared achievements become cultural cornerstones, bringing people from all colonies together in celebration of their common heritage. Lunar philosophy and spirituality, shaped by generations of life away from Earth, offer a unique perspective that resonates across the solar system. Lunarians, who live with Earth as a distant light in their sky, cultivate a worldview that emphasizes unity, reverence for all life, and a commitment to stewardship. This philosophy, known as cosmic mindfulness, spreads to other colonies, inspiring a shared ethic that values respect for every environment and a thoughtful approach to exploration. Cosmic mindfulness becomes a guiding principle for humanity, reminding us to seek knowledge and expansion with humility, protecting each world for future generations. Advances in medicine, pioneered on the Moon, improve quality of life for residents on every planet and outpost. Lunar researchers, having developed treatments for low-gravity health effects, radiation exposure, and mental well-being in isolation, share their knowledge with the broader interplanetary community. Medical facilities on the Moon become training centers, where doctors and researchers from across the solar system study space medicine. Telemedicine networks connect doctors on the Moon with patients on Mars, Europa, and asteroid colonies, ensuring that high-quality healthcare is accessible to all, regardless of distance. As technology progresses, humanity begins to consider missions beyond the solar system, inspired by the achievements of lunar society. With advanced propulsion systems tested on the Moon, humanity launches its first probes to nearby star systems, such as Proxima Centauri, in search of new worlds and potential life. These interstellar missions carry the legacy of lunar exploration, as each probe, ship, or crew member departs from lunar orbit, symbolizing humanity's ever-growing ambition to explore and understand the universe. The Moon becomes the launch pad for humanity's journey to the stars, a place where dreams of interstellar exploration take shape. Looking back from this future, the Moon stands as the origin of humanity's cosmic civilization. It is the world where humans first learned to live beyond Earth, to build, create, and flourish in space. Every new colony, outpost, and settlement carries the spirit of the Moon's pioneers, who transformed a barren landscape into a home and a civilization. The Moon's cities, cultural institutions, and scientific centers will forever be part of humanity's collective memory, a place where our identity as a multi-world species was first forged. For future generations, the Moon will be a place of pilgrimage, a cherished destination that reminds us of our journey from Earth to the stars. Its landscapes, cratered plains, jagged mountains, and the Earth-lit sky will hold a timeless allure, inviting visitors from across the solar system to experience the beauty, history, and significance of humanity's first home beyond Earth. Each visitor will see the Moon not only as a scientific or economic asset, but as a symbol of the human spirit's resilience and boundless curiosity. As humanity reaches further, exploring distant worlds and venturing into interstellar space, the Moon will remain a constant, a touchstone of civilization's first steps into the cosmos. It will inspire new generations to look up, to dream, and to build upon the legacy of those who came before. The Moon will forever symbolize the courage, unity, and vision that carried us beyond our home planet and into the unknown. In the grand tapestry of human history, the moon will always be the place where we first became a spacefaring civilization. Its legacy will echo across the cosmos, inspiring those who dare to reach for the stars and reminding us all that our journey began with one small step, one luminous world in the night sky, and one shared dream of a future among the stars. As humanity's civilization across the solar system matures, the moon's role evolves even further, embodying not only the history of our first steps into space, but also the nucleus of a thriving, interconnected cosmic society. Lunar cities, hubs of innovation and culture, continue to flourish, serving as centers for diplomacy, scientific research, and artistic expression that shape the very identity of this multi-world civilization. Now fully autonomous, the moon is more than a historical landmark or resource depot. It is a vibrant cultural capital, an intellectual and diplomatic hub that anchors humanity's presence throughout the solar system. The moon, with its orbit buzzing with spacecraft, establishes new partnerships and protocols that govern interactions across worlds. This diplomatic infrastructure includes representatives from Mars, Earth, asteroid colonies, and even outer moon outposts, all of whom gather on the moon to discuss trade, cooperation, and the shared challenges of interplanetary life. The moon's primary governing body, the Lunar Assembly, convenes to address both lunar and interplanetary matters, such as environmental conservation on Mars, resource-sharing agreements with asteroid colonies, and cultural preservation initiatives. The Assembly's balanced approach, forged through decades of lunar self-governance, promotes peace and sustainability as core principles across the solar system. The Lunar Assembly's influence reaches into every corner of human settlement, establishing the moon as a moral and cultural compass for humanity's growing civilization. With values shaped by the need for environmental stewardship and community, lunar society embraces a cosmopolitan worldview that respects all planetary environments as fragile and precious. The Lunar Charter, once a constitution for lunar governance, evolves into an interplanetary document of shared values and commitments, guiding humanity's conduct in every new colony and research outpost. This lunar-based moral framework echoes through policies, art, and educational systems, weaving a common thread that unites all human colonies in their respect for space and each other. As the cultural capital of the solar system, the moon becomes a place of pilgrimage, a destination for artists, scientists, students, and leaders from across planets and moons. Its art galleries, music halls, and theaters host festivals and exhibitions that celebrate the diversity of interplanetary culture. From Martian visual art, inspired by the red landscapes, to musical compositions influenced by the rhythmic geysers of Enceladus. These gatherings foster a shared identity across worlds, creating a cultural tapestry that celebrates humanity's many homes. Lunar artists lead this movement, creating works that capture the vastness of space, the closeness of community, and the timeless beauty of the Earth as seen from afar. Their creations inspire art forms across the colonies, from sculptural gardens on Mars to symphonies performed in asteroid stations. Education on the moon flourishes as institutions grow into prestigious centers for learning and research, known for shaping the minds of the next generation of explorers, scientists, and diplomats. Lunar universities, already renowned, expand their curricula to address the unique demands of a multiplanetary society, offering courses in interplanetary ethics, cosmic biology, sustainable resource management, and interstellar exploration. These institutions attract students from every corner of the solar system, providing a diverse, intellectually rich environment where young people from Mars, asteroid habitats, and even far-off moons come together to learn and forge bonds that span worlds. Through these connections, a shared identity and sense of purpose emerge, uniting students in their commitment to a peaceful, cooperative future. Science and research flourish on the moon, with specialized institutes studying everything from advanced propulsion systems to potential signs of extraterrestrial life. The Lunar Institute of Cosmology, for example, becomes a leader in studying the origins of the universe, using cutting-edge observatories on the moon's far side to examine distant galaxies and ancient cosmic phenomena. Researchers share their findings with colleagues across the solar system, fostering a global exchange of knowledge that enriches every settlement and advances humanity's understanding of existence. Collaborative research initiatives, supported by lunar institutions, push the boundaries of human knowledge and inspire breakthroughs in medicine, environmental science, and propulsion technology. As the moon's influence grows, it continues to pioneer new forms of governance, economics, and culture that redefine human civilization. Lunar society, with its history of cooperation and resilience, establishes economic models that value sustainability over extraction, prioritizing long-term planetary health and equitable access to resources. The lunar economy, now fully diversified, exports both tangible goods, like advanced materials for space construction, and intangible cultural assets, including literature, philosophy, and art that reflect the unique experiences of lunar life. These cultural exports resonate across worlds, inspiring new perspectives and creative expression in Martian, European, and asteroid communities. The moon's philosophy of cosmic mindfulness takes root across the solar system, fostering a shared ethic of respect, responsibility, and exploration. This mindset, born from the quiet reflection of lunar life, encourages all colonies to approach their environments with care and humility. Cosmic mindfulness becomes a guiding principle for new settlements, ensuring that each world is treated as a precious and finite resource, with its own beauty and value. This perspective shapes humanity's future interactions with space, fostering a responsible approach to exploration that prioritizes preservation, sustainability, and a deep respect for the unknown. As new propulsion technologies emerge, humanity sets its sights on the stars, embarking on the first missions to nearby star systems. Lunar-based research facilities, supported by interplanetary collaboration, develop fusion and antimatter engines capable of reaching distant systems in decades rather than centuries. The moon's spaceports serve as departure points for humanity's first interstellar missions, sending probes and eventually crewed ships toward Alpha Centauri and beyond. These missions carry the hopes of a civilization that began on Earth, was forged on the moon, and expanded across the solar system. The lunar citizens who witness these launches are filled with a sense of pride and wonder, knowing that their society played a pivotal role in humanity's greatest journey. Through it all, the moon remains a cultural and spiritual home for humanity. The lunar landscape, etched with the footprints of early pioneers, the lights of bustling cities, and the ancient shadows of its craters, holds a deep significance for every human settlement. As future generations look up at the moon from distant worlds, they will see not just a celestial body, but a symbol of unity, resilience, and the boundless human spirit. The moon becomes a place where people return to reconnect with their roots, a site of pilgrimage and reflection where visitors from every corner of the solar system come to experience its silent beauty and feel the weight of its history. The moon's legacy is one of transformation, progress, and shared human purpose. It will forever stand as a reminder of what we can achieve when we look beyond our horizons, embrace the unknown, and work together. Each settlement, each scientific discovery, and each cultural achievement is a testament to the courage and vision that began on the lunar surface. The moon will remain humanity's touchstone, a place that embodies our past, our present, and our dreams for the future. In the vastness of space, as humanity continues its journey beyond even the solar system, the moon's presence will be felt in every new world we encounter. It is the foundation upon which humanity's cosmic identity is built, a place where our story as an interplanetary species first took shape. And as we venture ever farther, the moon will always be our reminder of where we started, a world transformed by human courage, creativity, and connection, a beacon lighting the way for all who follow. In the end, the moon will be more than a world. It will be an idea, a vision of unity, exploration, and the limitless potential of the human spirit. Its story, woven into the fabric of human civilization, will inspire every step we take into the stars, carrying us forward with the knowledge that the universe is vast, beautiful, and ours to explore. And as we look back from ever more distant frontiers, we will see the moon as a testament to the power of dreams, a place that taught us to reach beyond the known and embrace a future filled with infinite possibility. As humanity's journey extends beyond the moon and into the farthest reaches of the solar system, our civilization continues to evolve in ways that stretch the very definition of what it means to be human. The moon, once a distant goal and later a thriving civilization, now serves as the heart of an interplanetary society that pulses with creativity, knowledge, and shared purpose. With each generation, our descendants will look to the moon as the birthplace of a cosmic civilization, a place where we first grasped the immense potential of life beyond Earth. It stands as a testament to our ability to adapt, innovate, and connect, shaping our future as an interstellar species. As we move into this new epoch, the moon's influence reaches not only across the solar system, but also into the fabric of daily life in each colony and settlement. Every new settlement, from Mars to the asteroid belt and the moons of the gas giants, carries echoes of lunar culture, governance, and innovation. The values developed on the moon, cooperation, environmental mindfulness, and resilience, are embedded in the very structure of these societies. The moon's legacy becomes a guiding light, shaping each world's approach to governance, resource management, and community. With the advancements in propulsion and energy generation achieved through lunar research, interplanetary travel becomes commonplace, connecting each settlement in a web of trade, information, and cultural exchange. The moon spaceports are the nexus of this activity, where ships bound for Mars, Europa, and beyond dock, refuel, and transport goods. This constant exchange fosters a sense of unity among the colonies, linking them through a shared identity and mission. The moon cities, bustling with travelers, researchers, and artists from across worlds, become melting pots of culture and knowledge, places where ideas and innovations flow freely and give rise to new possibilities. The moon's educational institutions, already renowned across the solar system, become central to an interplanetary knowledge network. Universities and research centers on the moon collaborate with counterparts on Mars, Europa, and Titan, sharing resources, discoveries, and teaching. This educational web allows students from every settlement to learn from the best minds across worlds, uniting humanity's knowledge in a collective, planetary repository. Lunar schools offer courses in space law, multi-environment engineering, and cosmic philosophy, preparing students to lead, innovate, and contribute to the grand experiment of human life in space. With humanity established across multiple worlds, each colony contributes uniquely to the arts, sciences, and philosophies that enrich the collective human experience. Lunar art, shaped by Earth's distant glow and the silence of the lunar plains, continues to evolve, influencing visual styles and storytelling on Mars, in asteroid settlements, and in space stations orbiting distant planets. Each settlement develops its own artistic traditions, drawing on local landscapes, materials, and cultures, creating a tapestry of expression that celebrates diversity while reflecting shared human themes of exploration, resilience, and connection. Philosophies born on the moon, such as cosmic mindfulness, evolve into a shared spiritual and ethical framework that guides humanity's approach to the universe. This philosophy, grounded in respect for all environments, advocates for sustainable exploration, reverence for the unknown, and ethical treatment of every world we touch. Cosmic mindfulness becomes a core belief across the colonies, influencing how humanity interacts with new worlds and how we perceive our role within the larger cosmos. It inspires people to explore with humility and a sense of responsibility, ensuring that as we reach out to the stars, we do so with care and a deep respect for the universe. The moon's role as a center for governance and diplomacy also expands as the Solar Union gains influence across worlds, crafting policies that ensure fairness, peace, and cooperation. The Lunar Assembly, where representatives from Earth, Mars, Europa, and beyond gather, fosters a spirit of unity and collaboration that transcends individual planetary interests. This assembly, a unique form of governance, manages interplanetary resources, addresses disputes, and sets ethical standards for exploration and settlement. The Moon's experience with balancing autonomy and interdependence serves as a model, guiding policies that promote shared responsibility and sustainable growth. With each passing decade, the Moon becomes a place of profound pilgrimage, where people from all colonies journey to reconnect with the origins of interplanetary civilization. Visitors come to walk the historic paths of the first lunar settlers, view Earth from the lunar surface, and reflect on humanity's journey from a single planet to a civilization among the stars. Cultural landmarks, such as the Apollo landing sites and early lunar cities, become cherished monuments, preserved as symbols of human courage, resilience, and curiosity. These sites inspire future generations, reminding them of the dreams and sacrifices that made their lives in space possible. Medical advancements, pioneered in lunar laboratories, continue to shape the health and well-being of humans across the solar system. The Moon's expertise in adapting the human body to low-gravity environments, developing treatments for radiation exposure, and supporting mental health in isolated habitats benefits every colony. Lunar medical centers become renowned for training doctors and researchers in space medicine, creating a healthcare network that reaches even the most distant outposts. Telemedicine, combined with advanced AI diagnostics, connects lunar specialists with patients on Mars, Europa, and asteroid colonies, ensuring that everyone has access to quality care regardless of their distance from Earth. As human settlements approach self-sufficiency and prosperity, they begin to consider the next great frontier: interstellar exploration. Research on the Moon pushes the boundaries of propulsion technology, developing fusion and antimatter engines capable of reaching nearby star systems. With each breakthrough, humanity inches closer to realizing the dream of interstellar travel. The Moon spaceports witnessed the historic launches of the first probes and, eventually, crewed missions to Alpha Centauri and beyond. These interstellar explorers carry humanity's hopes and aspirations, embarking on journeys that will extend the reach of human civilization into the depths of the galaxy. Through all these developments, the Moon remains a cornerstone of human identity, a world that holds the memories, traditions, and spirit of our first steps into space. It becomes an emblem of resilience and ambition, a place where we learn to live beyond Earth, to build communities, and to dream without limits. The Moon's landscapes, its plains, mountains, and cratered fields, carry stories of triumph and determination, serving as a constant reminder of the journey that began with one small step and now spans countless worlds. In the distant future, when humanity looks back on its history, the Moon will be seen not merely as a place, but as the birthplace of our cosmic civilization. It will symbolize the unity, vision, and courage that propelled us into the unknown and taught us to thrive in new environments. The Moon's legacy will echo across the stars, inspiring every new colony, every new mission, and every individual who dares to look up and dream of a future among the stars. In this grand story of exploration and discovery, the Moon remains our guiding light, a testament to the power of human imagination and the strength of the human spirit. It will forever be the place where our journey beyond Earth began, a world transformed by our presence and enriched by our hopes, a foundation for every step we take as we continue to reach, explore, and create a future filled with infinite possibilities. If you liked the video, then consider clicking on the recommendation and watch our other videos. Be sure to subscribe and see you on our next interstellar trip.